Hello, welcome everyone. I'm RxOliver and these are my friends, and today we're playing Ashes Without Number after the end. And this is session 11. It's already been 10 sessions and I can't wait to get stuck in. This game has fast become one of my favourites, and as we've seen on YouTube from the number of people that watch it, a favourite of yours as well. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. We're glad you're enjoying it as well, because we really are. Thanks all for watching, I appreciate you. I'm here tonight with David, Max, and our Games Master Brian. And no other Brian tonight, unfortunately, but he'll be back next time. So it's been a few weeks since we played. We're going to get a quick recap from our Games Master, I believe. Do you want to take it away, Brian?
Sure.
Thank you.
So it is in game, because now I've instituted a calendar as well. It is February 21st. 5 years after the end. Our group has been traveling together. Well, not all of them, as we'll see. But our story has been going on for 17 days. And just as our official beginning of the session update, our group of survivors currently have 6 days of food remaining for 12 survivors. 13 if you count Fallout, but he hunts for himself. He doesn't need to take any of their food. In our last session, a few weeks ago, several weeks ago at this point, we saw the exploits of Craig, Tim, and Kang as they did some scouting for our little group of survivors, growing, but still small. They scouted several hexes near their base, which is still currently a fast changing and growing auto repair shop, which I've updated the map for, and we'll see that in a moment as well. During those several days, actually, they spent about 5 days scouting nearby hexes, ruins near their base, and there were the remaining people that were not watching the base were also able to go out and look for food, and that's something else I'll tell you guys more about in a little bit as well. During this time, our group that we were following, Craig, Tim, and Kang, didn't suffer any strange encounters with anything or anyone in the wilds, but there were a couple of situations of interest. First, they did have to deal with some severe weather. Of course, it's cold here. The snow constantly falls. It's very unlikely, or uncommon, I guess I should say, for there to be a break in the snow. But during these 5 days, they experienced a cold snap while they were caught out in the open. That could have been very dangerous to them if they were not dressed appropriately, which they were. And also a freak lightning storm that could have been very dangerous had they decided not to take cover, which they did. The only other main thing of importance that they ran across during that time period was Tim actually noticed, and then they all kind of investigated and discovered that it appears that some omnivorous or even herbivores in the area have begun to prey on animal life. It appeared as if perhaps a horse or perhaps a cattle had fed on some smaller creature based on the ripping and tearing of the smaller carcass by what looked to be blunt teeth. Tim, I believe, determined it was more likely cattle that had done this. So there are signs of things changing. Not that they hadn't seen some signs like that before at all anyway. During their explorations, in addition to scouting some of the area close to their base, they also caught sight of a couple of points of interest. What looked to be a music store with a large kind of neon, unlit, obviously, sign that looked like a saxophone, still clinging, maybe precariously, but still clinging to the front of a two-story building. And then also off in the distance, kind of further away, it looked like they could see a bit of parkland and what may have been some kind of greenhouse that drew their attention as they're interested in expanding their stores and their ability to grow food itself. To that point, I think we will activate our base so we can see what's going on there. We now have 2 stories. I'll go ahead and show you the top first. This is the roof.
Oh,
with
that's
the
cool.
ladder there, some of the HVAC stuff, and the reason why it's all crinkly around the edges is because that's the snow berm that they've built up around the top of the building so that it looks naturally covered in snow, but they can actually go up to the roof and spend time up there and, more importantly, keep watch on anything nearby. But then the repair shop itself, they've begun making some changes as well. So I've included the truck there. You've got the ladder now as well that indicates where you get up onto the roof. And then if you notice on the right-hand side, the construction on the greenhouse is progressing with the closed-off hothouse greenhouse with some bays coming into shape where you can perhaps plant and maintain some plants for your group. Still a decent amount of open space, especially after cleaning it up, in the shop part of the auto repair shop. So you might be able to add some more things in the future if you're interested. You've also covered the hole in the floor right in front of the doorway here with some patchwork. And if we take a look at the repair shop sheet, it looks like 8 days remain on the construction of the greenhouse. So you are getting close. Also, I'll remind you all there is a lot of stuff in your stored gear, which isn't a problem because you have your little storage area here with shelves and lockers.
And may I remind our viewers that the Amazing Games Master has implemented all this. This sheet, the character sheets, the auto repair shop sheet, it's all Brian's work. He made all that.
Well, there's a mod in Foundry that lets you make all of it, but yeah.
It's excellent stuff, man. The fact that we've got a sheet for the repair shop with the projects and stuff, it's really a nice touch. Well done.
Yeah, it's handy.
Very cool.
As you can see, you do have about 6 days of food left to maintain your group, although most of it is non-perishable, which is good. Although perishable food isn't the worst in this frozen wasteland because you can freeze it and it'll keep quite a bit longer. So yeah, that's where we are. Now, I didn't get this done in front of today's session, so if this comes up, I'll kind of backdate the rolls in the next session. But I think in order to simulate our additional groups going out and doing stuff, I'm going to create a couple of tables for that. That you can roll on randomly as opposed to just rolling checks. I think that'll be more interesting. So we're not going to have any of the side group. I mean, they'll go out and do stuff, but we're not going to do any rolls with that today. We'll worry about that in our next session. That being said, though, if you'll recall, 5 days ago, before you spent some time scouting the nearby areas, you also had an interaction with Sandra Fenn, the lieutenant of the Red Hands, possibly from what you could make out, the daughter of the leader of the Red Hands.
Mm-hmm.
And you had a nice discussion with her over dinner. where you talked about space and zones and where her group were spending most of their time focused currently, which is north of the hospital, which is their current camp location. You also discussed with her setting up a dead drop site for exchanging messages. And as of yet, it's been 5 days, so no one has yet gone to check the dead drop site, nor to leave a message. But you did agree with her to do so weekly. So when you want to begin doing that is totally up to you, but...
Do that in 2 days, kinda.
Okay.
Well, if you're
So,
saying we need to do it
according-
weekly and it's been 5 days, we should really do it in the next 2 days.
Well, according to the calendar, the 21st of the 5th year is a Saturday, right? So you would have made this deal with her on, looks like Monday. So maybe not this week, maybe next week you said somebody to check it out, right? So, but that's up to you. And we also finished last session with the intent, I believe, to go check out the music store and the
Farm, I think.
farm. Yeah.
Yeah. As a musician, Craig's very keen on the music shop.
Right.
The farm also is going to be interesting, but I'm worried about cows trying to eat me and horses trying to bite my head off if we go to a farm. That kind of worries me after what we saw
Well,
last
to be clear,
session.
if you'll recall, it's not a farm per se. It looked, from what you could see, it looked more like somebody had constructed like a greenhouse type area. So it may have been after the end that this had been made. It's not a full farm like in the wilderness. This is still
Oh yeah, I know.
in the middle of the city.
Yeah, this is a post the end thing, right? Okay,
Yeah.
So it's
How
not
long
somewhere
would
that
it
used to
take
produce
us-
food for the masses. Like it's a new thing.
How
Right.
long would it take us to travel to the music store and then the farm and back?
So the music store is in a scouted hex. That's going to take you 1 shift to get there.
Mhm.
And then traveling to the farm is going to take 2 shifts. So
So
you're looking at
effectively-
a multiple day
effectively
trip here.
We're talking about at least 2 days traveling
Correct.
there and back, plus any other time spent searching whatever.
Yeah.
On that basis, would we not be better sending someone to leave a message at the dead drop site and check it
I think
before we
so.
go?
I think
Otherwise,
so.
we're going to miss the week deadline.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it would be a message to say that we've got nothing new to report, wouldn't it? We don't really have any.
Still,
news
it's a
for them.
message to
But
keep
yeah.
lines of communication open.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we should.
Well, we can pass on that we found evidence of ruminants apparently eating flesh.
Yeah, like an unknown
could say
that.
creature out there.
Yeah, and ask if they have any similar observations. You know, give them the evidence that we found. I would rather let other people know that there's a risk. I wouldn't want somebody approaching a cow trying to bring it in for milking and
then getting the dick bitten off. Yeah.
Exactly.
Good point.
Yeah,
there's few
I know
enough
about
people in this
that.
world at the moment anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe we have got that to report to them then. Yeah, I would
Okay.
agree.
So we're going to say that it's currently the morning of the 21st. You certainly have time before you gather your stuff and head out to delegate this to someone. But you're going to have to pick somebody, because I will have a separate kind of check for them to go do this that will resolve probably next session.
Yeah, so I'm continuing on with Craig this session, especially because it's the music shop. I'm just curious though, how's Charlemagne doing? Like, is it stress or strain? I always forget. Play too many different games. Stress and strain, isn't it, in this game?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, if I recall correctly, I believe I said that when a character is in downtime,
We're going to lose 1 strain per day. think
per day.
Yeah.
1 stress per day. Yeah.
1 stress per day. So we've had.
You already can lose 1 strain per day if you're sleeping in a safe place. And I believe, from what it looks like his stress is at 0. So I mean, he's fine.
Oh, he's ready to go again. Cool. Just thinking about the whole switching between characters things, because I do love Charlemagne, and he's a great character, and I like his role in the group as well. So I don't know how long I'm going to play Craig for. It may just be a very brief one, and then go back to Charlemagne.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I should also point out that I decided, as I was setting all the stuff up for today, that technically the dealing with the freak weather is an encounter of sorts. So you each have 2 additional experience on your sheets as well that I've included. For the characters you were using last session, so Craig, Kang, and Tim.
Oh yeah, I've got 5 XP after 1 session. Nice.
Okay.
Very cool.
Traveling to the dead drop would be 2 shifts, yes? 1 there, 1 back.
Let's see. So the dead drop, I believe we said I should probably make a marker for that, shouldn't I? Tell you what, I will.
Who are we going to send, boys? What do you think?
Probably, maybe, let's see.
Not Sophia or Charlemagne, because Sophia's Emma's character. I want her to stay safe, just in case Emma ever comes back. You never know. Her schedule might change
maybe
next time.
Carlos, Rosie, and Zulon.
Yeah. The non-player ones, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, because it said since we don't have the other Brian here today, we can take Fallout with us.
Yeah. We'll take the dog, and we'll have 3 of the non-player, the actual NPCs go. And we'll leave Charlemagne, Sophia, Brian's characters, and your other characters at the base.
Yeah, because King, all he'd be doing is breaking down some of the stuff that we have we don't need to use anyway, so he'd be working on that stuff.
Charlemagne might give him a hand with that, because Charlemagne's feeling better now if all his strain's gone, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so... To answer Tim's question, yes, traveling to and then back will take 2 shifts. So that's going to take essentially the day for whatever group you send to the dead drop, because it is in the next hex.
But hopefully hopefully it's a scouted route, so it shouldn't be too dangerous.
Right. This is assuming you want them to travel carefully. If you want them to travel exposed, so not taking care, just moving quickly and wanting to come back, that'll only take 1 shift.
I think carefully, just they can get there and back.
Yeah, I mean, we made it with Charlemagne, a different character, but we made an agreement right at the start that whenever we were close to home base, we were always going to be travelling careful and concealed, because we didn't want too many people seeing us coming in and out of home base.
Sure, that's fair.
So we're always careful around our hex and the adjacent ones. Always.
So we've given the group at the auto shop the information about what we found in terms of man-eating ruminants, so they know what they can put in the letter. So we don't need to wait while that letter's being prepared. Is that right?
No.
We could. I think Charlemagne probably would take charge of writing that letter when he got that information.
Fair enough. So is the plan to head to the music store and search that place and probably stay there overnight?
Stay there or
if it's
thereabouts.
a good defensible space, I would say it would be nice.
There or thereabouts, I think.
And then the following day, travel to the farm.
Check out the farm.
And check that out.
Yeah.
Are we going to try? Are we going to try scouting that hex?
Which one?
The farm hex.
That one there. I think
because
so.
it will then speed up travelling there and help the general level of knowledge.
Yeah, and there could be something absolutely really valuable within that hex, and I think we should scout in every hex that we check out, 100%.
Okay. And are we then going to say that we would then return on the third day? I'm thinking of keeping the group back at headquarters informed as to what's going on, what they should expect. In other words, they expect us back in 3 days.
Yeah. And if we do go missing, they know which direction we're supposed to be in at what time. Yeah. Quite right.
Okay, so
I mean,
if I'm tracking your math correctly, you're going to go check out the music store, which will be a shift to travel there. You're going to check it out, which essentially will be a shift, scouting around it, making sure it's safe, and then exploring it. I will count that as a shift, essentially. And then you're potentially going to spend the night there or someplace close. That's day 1. Day 2,
That's the intention.
Day 2, you're going to travel into, and I do consider scouting to be a part of the travel, into the hex with the farm, and you're going to scout that hex. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that will actually take 2 days, right? So it'll take the first day and the second day to scout it.
I'm thinking we could even make an initial plan that could be dropped for a number of reasons, but if everything goes well here and we don't find anything too crazy where we have to immediately go back, I think we could plan for scouting that hex after on the way back.
Okay, so we've got one hex
What do you think, Tim?
or 1 day in the first hex. This will be minimum 2 days in this hex, but it will be a third day if you want to explore the farm.
Yep. Okay.
So that's a total of 4 days. And then if you want to move in and explore this hex, that's 2 more days minimum. Unless
So
you
that's
find
6?
something there. So
And then
that's
a week. So it's
6 days.
6 to 7 days.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think? Is
Right.
that too much? Are we taking on too much at one time, or?
I would say we could plan out if we're gonna do it, see what we find in the farm first, and if it seems okay, we can proceed. But if it seems bad, we can always retreat.
That's what I mean. We'll make it plan A, but if there's anything that we need to drop that part of the plan for, we'll just come back the way we've been as normal.
Okay.
So we're either going to be about 6 days or about 4 days. So they tell the guys if we're not back in 6 days, then we're missing. Or if we're not back in 7, we're missing.
7 probably, yeah,
Yeah.
because you got to travel back.
Yeah.
So in that case, you're definitely going to want to make sure you have enough food. Obviously, Tim doesn't need to worry about that.
Neither
but
does the
he
dog.
can- Neither does. Well, that's assuming you're bringing Fallout
We're
with
going
you.
to take Fallout with us, I think.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Every time you take him, it's also a chance he could die. Just
Yeah.
saying.
You would not do that to my dog, Brian, would you?
I mean, the dice
Yeah, I
might.
probably
I'm not
would.
saying I would, but the
Mate,
dice might.
I would absolutely do it to yours, so don't be shy.
So, yeah, keep in mind, I'm not doing anything to you. The dice are.
I know.
Anyway. So you're going to want to make sure you have enough supplies, but yeah, I mean, that's not doable. And then once I've got my little daily kind of tracking and stuff figured out for the rest of the group, I can roll those next time. Which does beg the question, do you want them to focus primarily on food and supplies or scrap?
I think
or
food and
halvesies?
supplies. Because we're making plans for 6 to 7 days here when we only have 6 days of food. So they need
That's
somebody
correct.
needs to be bringing in some more food at the same time.
Okay. So at least...
But does anyone left at the auto shop have survival as a skill? Because
several.
that gives you 2 options for 2 chances for scavenging.
Several of them do. I don't think Charlemagne does. Hang on.
Oh, I don't think any of them have the...
Oh no, Charlemagne's got 0 in survive.
I don't think any of them have the focus. They have the skill. But I don't think anybody in the group aside from Tim has that focus.
Which
Which
one's
is
that?
a problem because it's
No,
it's
I
the
mean, you know.
it's the survivalist skill, which basically you make 2 foraging rolls and take the better roll.
Sure, but keep in mind, as I said, I'm going to make up a new table for them to forage or scavenge. It's not going to be based on that skill. So,
okay, fine.
because it'll be more like rather than doing it while traveling, it'll be focused. So like if they roll, and I'll make you guys roll once I have these tables made, but if they roll particularly badly, then they might have, like, people might come back injured. It'll be kind of like an all-in-one, like, this is what happens while they're out. So there will be a very good success where they come back with more than they need and help the community.
A double
And there will be a very bad success where it's like, not only do they not come back with anything, maybe they come back stressed or injured, or I don't think I'll make a possibility that someone will die, but injured and out of the count for a while, maybe. So unusable for some days.
So stay tuned for some homebrew content, some rollable tables for scavenging and hunting. Yeah, that's sick, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Can I just check my memory? I don't believe we've actually looked at the mall yet.
No, we've not been to the mall.
You haven't. And I will say that is because the mall is still not ready.
Haha.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Plenty other places to go for now.
If the people who scouted the mall, did they see any food shops, supermarkets, that sort of thing? Because that could be a good source of food.
It's likely that the mall had a food court, but no one has found another supermarket yet. That doesn't mean that you might not find one while you're out scouting the new hexes.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so let's pack up and head for the music store then.
Yeah.
So just to be clear, the groups that you send out over the next however many days, they're going to focus on food and supplies, right?
Yep.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got plenty of scrap. I think they should just focus on food.
And you, assuming you continue to send people out in groups of 3, you technically have 2 scouting teams to do this.
And I've got an idea for what I think would be. I think I mentioned it before, but what could become the next project after the greenhouse? I think we could build a pretty solid freezer now with the amount of scrap we've got, with Kang's technical knowledge, and with the amount of snow that we've got. We could compact some ice, we could make a pretty good freezer. It wouldn't work like an electric freezer, it wouldn't be that good, but I think we could make something that was like 60%.
No, we talked about that.
A real thing. Did we?
To be honest, that one would only take a matter of like a day or 2.
I think so.
That's just going to be a matter of people bringing in enough packed ice and snow and putting it in the cooler that you already have. That is kind of temperature sealed, and just packing the walls and setting up some shelves in there.
Wouldn't it be better to stick it up on the roof, and then you don't have to worry about insulation? It's at low temperature out there. Inside,
that's also true. You could build something on the roof. Yeah, that's true.
But then it's more prone to theft if it's not actually inside. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit more prone to theft. I do feel you on that.
If they get up on the roof, then that's a serious problem anyway.
Yes, absolutely. We need to.
But yeah, that wouldn't take a lot of work.
Well, so my next idea for a project is the machine gun turret.
Well, gonna need to find a machine gun. Kang's not good enough to craft an actual machine gun yet.
No. Shame.
He does have that book though, which will let him.
Yeah, I have that book though. He's looking at that.
Rifles.
Yeah. Don't change characters, Max. You stay with Max and with Kang until he gets top level, because I've got a project for you.
Oh, he's already changed. He's Jacob today.
I say right. I need to change his name on screen then. Hang on.
No, that thing on screen, it should be Jacob.
No, on my screen,
Jacob.
on my overlay, I mean, mate. Like, I've got an artwork that's got your name on it. Brian made them as well. Well done, Brian. You're an absolute legend. Who am I taking? Jacob. Where is his Jacob?
Jacob.
Where are you? There you are. Let's see if
Handsome
it lands. Let's see if this lands correctly, or if it's going to be. Oh, it landed. We're almost bang in the center spot of, like, it landed perfectly. Thought it was going to come in huge and we'd have to shrink it down and stuff. No. The live production.
Well, I'll let you guys know he is a healer, so we got a healer coming with us.
Oh, that's good. Because
no, because Charlemagne's not there. So
we miss Charlemagne.
So,
Charlemagne's our normal healer.
if that is the case, is Jacob going to take or request one of the first aid kits? I think you have two as a group.
Yeah. I took it out of the thing, and added it to him.
Oh, did you? Did you delete it from the thing?
Yes, it should be deleted. I should have deleted it.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Yep. Good job. All right, so we have our plan for our supply teams. We have one team going to a dead drop, so you'll only have one supply team that day. And you've got 8 days left on the greenhouse before you can start growing stuff, so that's fine. Okay. Anything else before you head out?
Yeah, we don't have seeds yet for a greenhouse, do we? We didn't yet find any seeds, did we?
No. That's why you were interested in the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, hopefully we go over there and find something.
Yeah, I mean, so realistically, right, we should really be going to the farm first, because that's just all of our selfishness of having one character that's a musician that wants to go to the music shop. That's not important. Seeds are. So
the music store's on the way, though.
If it's on, it's on the way though. Yeah.
Through a hex you've already scouted.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll be going. Yeah.
Let's go to the music shop first.
As a matter of interest, is there power and lighting for the greenhouse?
No. So the way that they have it set up is there are some kind of high up windows on that side of the building that they are kind of setting up almost like a mirror process to have more light put into the greenhouse, and the greenhouse is sealed off. It's a very rudimentary hothouse. It's not anything complex.
So we're using a light well rather than an artificial source.
Yes.
Correct.
Ingenious.
Okay.
It's our baby though. We're dead proud of it.
Yeah, has
it'll only
that
take
solar charger that he's gonna probably think about putting little lights around. Let's give it something.
Yeah, maybe.
We've got lots of batteries.
It will take a while for it to, unless you guys take a downtime period of a few months or so. You're not necessarily going to see any rewards from that greenhouse immediately, but we can take that level of downtime at some point if you want to. There will be tables for that. Okay,
if nothing else, it's a morale booster. You know, we're trying something.
It's a vision of a future. It's something to look forward to. We've got plans for the future. Yeah. It's part of a 6-month plan and a 5-year plan. We're gonna take back our lives.
Well, Oliver, that lady did say that there is supposedly groups that are in the equator that there is livable places there.
Yeah.
So we have living plants we can take with us. That's something we can take up there that we can plant in another location of not starting over again.
Well, yeah, but then you're looking at how are you going to transport all that stuff too.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying that's
point.
just ideas in my head about stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we ready to head towards the music store?
Yeah.
Or is there anything else you want to do at the base?
Yes.
Do you guys have enough supplies?
I haven't checked that yet. I'm sorry. Bear with me.
I took two of the non-perishables.
Righto, I'm gonna have to have a wee look at this. Bear with me a second, troops.
Just two? You're gonna be gone for potentially 7 days.
Well, I didn't know, I didn't know what the whole plan was. I just grabbed at least two for right now.
I will tell you, with moving to a 4-shift system, what you could do is you could use the first 2 shifts for travel and exploration and scouting. Then in the evening, you have 2 shifts. One of those shifts, you're going to have to sleep. Every character has to sleep for at least 1 shift. That leaves the other shift to do repairs, to do some minor scavenging. So you could potentially keep yourself fed that way. Obviously, water's not going to be an issue. So you don't necessarily have to load up with 7 days worth of rations, but if you want to, that's on you if you got the space.
Well, presumably the second 2 shifts, we're going to have to split it and have one person asleep in one of them, and the
Right.
other 2 doing something. And then the second shift, that person
Somebody
goes
has to be
sleep,
awake. Yeah.
and,
Right.
and somebody's got to be awake on.
However you split it up, right? You
Yeah.
gotta have a watch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know if this is pushing it, but I'm just thinking about that dog. The dog can hunt. Like, it finds its own food. And if this is cheese and it's going to make life too easy for us, just veto it straight away. But don't we think we could train that thing to bring down a deer? Like, enough food for everybody.
A single dog? No.
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 I'll say
No.
if it's hunting with
Is
somebody.
a deer too fast
I'll say
for
if it was hunting
an
with
average
Dave.
dog?
So a dog might be able to catch a deer, but a single dog bringing down a deer is unlikely.
No.
Wolf packs take down deer and other
I
animals.
suppose deers are
Yeah.
quite big, aren't they? Big and fast. They've got some kick on it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
Now since you're taking Fallout, whoever, if someone uses one of those evening shifts to hunt, like if you have one person sleeping, say in the 3rd shift, then one person watching the person who's sleeping, and then the 3rd person going out to look for food and taking Fallout with them, then Fallout could potentially assist you there.
That's what I was just about to say. So he's got a really sharp nose and really sharp vision. He could be seeing things and giving us a nudge.
I will give you a
dog is that
bonus
smart, so
for hunting specifically.
Yeah, that's what I was
if
about
you
to
take
petition
Fallout
for.
with you.
If we take Fallout, a +1 on hunting, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be happy to try that.
Okay.
Yeah, I said that Dave's the best hunter. That me and you could take shifts about
In the
watching
current
each other while
party,
he's
yeah,
out.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Tim's the senior character now. Tim's the leader. Joined our game and became the leader.
oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Of this particular group, maybe.
Yeah,
This group, yes.
Yeah, the senior character here. You're the leader of this group.
Yeah, so keep that in mind as you're going through. I mean, Jacob's been with the group for longer than Tim, but he hasn't really gone out much.
Yeah, he's not the survivalist. He's gonna handle that one, but he's more to make sure they're staying alive.
Tim's the highest level
kind
of
of
us, and Tim's
He is also the highest level.
and Tim's played more sessions than any of us, so he is the senior PC now. Dave, you've got big responsibility. Oliver's having a rest. That's why I've put Charlemagne. Charlemagne's the leader of the group. I've put him away for a while. Oliver's having a rest. Dave's in charge now.
Well, can I suggest
you're
then?
in charge.
Can I suggest then that we take that between you take 8 days of food?
Absolutely.
Because on that
But both of you take
basis,
4.
on that basis, if we don't have any luck hunting or finding food, we can after 4 days we head back to base. That would give us time to
get back.
to go to the music shop and then scout the area around the farm, possibly look at the farm, and then head back if we haven't been able to find any other food. Okay?
Yep. Right, Max.
That sounds good.
Are you
Also,
good to
keep in mind, once you've... Sorry, Oliver, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was just going to say, are we good to carry 4 each? Can you manage 4 in your inventory?
Well, I can carry some for you because I have spare capacity in my inventory.
Yeah, whoever, as long as you've got
How many is
a
a
total
bundle
of 8,
when it comes
I
to
think is
food?
what Tim wants.
Is a bundle 3?
3 in a bundle.
Okay. How do I edit it? Do I just click here and edit and say the amount?
Yep.
It's not letting me edit it.
You click on the item itself.
Yeah. I'm on the one
and
in
then
my
you should
inventory.
see- Yeah, in your inventory.
Yeah. When I click the amount bit, I don't think I can edit it. Yeah, it's not editing, so I've not got permission or something maybe.
Wait, which character are you on?
I am in Craig, I believe.
Craig.
Yeah, I am in Craig.
Second.
I've opened
you
up
click
the
on the name of the
non-perishable
item?
food in my inventory, and it's I can't change the amount in there.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was able to.
Okay, so you click on the little non-perishable food button,
Yeah, like
and
click on the
then
name of it.
under amount, you go 1, 2, and I just increase it to 3.
Yeah, I can't edit that though. See where the amount says 3, I can't edit that.
You don't have little plus and minus buttons there?
No, it's not there. Unless I'm looking in the
Oh
wrong
wait,
place.
hang on. Wait, no, I might have done something wrong. 1 second, let me check something.
Well, I just dragged non-perishable food to mine, clicked on the button, and increased it to 3.
Check you out.
Try it again, just to see, Oliver. I think you should be able
It's
to do it
working now. Yes, that's working now, Brian.
yeah.
Whatever you did
Okay.
fixed it. So that's one bundle.
Okay.
I'm just going to take another bundle and carry 6. I'll just carry 6, guys. We've got... There's enough between us that we can carry a little bit spare, just in case. We don't want to be stuck
Yeah,
out
I got
there
you
with
wanna
not
do.
enough.
I got 6
Just
on
make
me,
sure
so-
you're subtracting the correct amount from the base sheet, because boy, it's gonna be fun if you guys come back in a week and they're out of food and starving. That'll be so fun. I'm not saying that'll probably happen.
Brian,
We'll see
you're
when I
making
make
this
my
hard
tables.
for me. I was just going to take 6. Now I'm like, I don't know. Should I
No,
just take 3?
look. You got 2 teams going out every day, right? So like, it's very unlikely they're gonna run out of food. Take the food that you need.
Okay, I'm going to take another 3 then. 2, 3.
Well,
So...
I got 6 on me, so-
I'm carrying 3 for you, so
Oh, you're already carrying 3 for me?
I'm carrying 3 for you.
Right, I'll put those 3 back. So I've just got one bundle of 3 on me then. What have you got,
Okay.
Jacob? What are you carrying?
I got 3 non-perishable food on me.
Okay, what are you taking, Jacob? How many have you got?
I got 6.
Alright,
got,
okay,
like,
cool.
3.
Yep, I'm good to go then, I think. Hang on. So I've got my leathers, a rifle, winter clothes, and that's my readied full. Actually, my readied is on 5. And I've got max 4. Does that mean I move a bit slower then? I think I'm encumbered, boys.
So here's the deal. One other thing that I discovered from last session that I think we need to cover is the winter clothes.
Mhm.
So I've been operating under the idea that you need the winter clothes all the time to protect yourself. That's not exactly true. You should have winter clothes on you in case you get into something like a cold snap. Imagine winter clothes being like an overlayer,
So you're
right?
saying we don't have
Like
to
a
have it
parka
equipped all
and
the
stuff
time?
like that.
So you don't have to have it equipped all the time
Okay.
unless you're in a severe weather situation.
Excellent, that gives me 1 space in my inventory now. I'm at 3 out of 4.
But you do want to have it on you, or
so-
unless you really want to chance fate and go out without it and get caught in a cold snap.
No, I'm gonna wear
Okay.
it. I've got it in my stove now, so I now have 2 space in my stove and 1 readied with what I'm carrying.
Okay.
I got some space in my stove.
Let me just check on. Right, I've got 12 rifle rounds. What have you got, Tim? Ammo wise.
I have 12 rifle rounds.
Jacob, what have you got, weapon and ammo wise?
Actually, what it is, I decided to leave some of the other stuff there, and I'm taking a primitive bow because it's just in case we don't want to waste all the ammo.
No,
and
we'll
it's
take.
just,
We've got better bows than that, mate. We've got better bows than that. We've got a couple
Crossbows,
of
but not. I mean, you do have a couple of crossbows, but a primitive bow is going to be a lot cheaper to repair if it gets damaged, and it's just like it literally does like 1 point of damage less than some of the
Okay.
crossbows,
So
right?
it
So
could be a lot more convenient then. All right, cool.
it's not
Sounds
a
good to
bad
me.
weapon. I know the word primitive turns people off, but like it's not a bad weapon, especially considering you've got loads of arrows. So
Yeah. And the thing is that the crossbow uses bolts, so that's
right, which
like,
you have
the
less
only-
of. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
one of those things. It's like, yeah, I just grabbed a spear, kept the knife on me just in case.
So
Okay, do
it sounds
we-
like we're.
Do we
Oh,
need
sorry,
to
go
take
ahead,
a
Tim.
camp? Do we need to take a camp kit to keep these 2 comfortable?
I have a tinderbox and a sleeping bag, if that's what you're talking about.
So have I, but there's a camp kit on the list, which includes cooking stuff. So do we need to take one of those?
It's
This-
not
I mean,
necessary.
I'll be okay, but
Yeah.
I'm worried about you two.
Nah, you should be fine.
Should we
should
take
be
one? No,
fine.
I think you might be onto something, Dave. I think we maybe should
It's
take
not-
that. No?
It's not necessary. You'll be able to find enough stuff to light
Okay.
a small fire with, assumingly, right? Yeah, you should be fine in the ruins. If you were in like a desert, that might be a different situation, but there's plenty of stuff you can use around.
Cool.
A camp kit would just make it easier, but that's
Okay.
heavy.
Right.
Okay. So if you are ready, then I think we will start our tense music.
Updated
and move into travel.
updated music playlists and everything for this episode, viewers. You're in for a treat.
All the music is still royalty free as well, so you don't have to worry about that.
Superb.
Okay, so we're gonna move into the next hex with a goal towards the music store. So you already scouted this hex, you know where the music store is, so that's just going to take one shift to get there. I will do an encounter check. You are not exposed. All right. So as you travel through the streets to the music store, weaving your way among vehicles, some of which appear to have crashed and kind of mangled together, but sometimes it's difficult to tell underneath the mounds of snow. It is still morning by the time you reach the music store, possibly getting close to midday as we move into our next shift. And as I described before, this appears to be a relatively small, kind of two-story building, longer, deeper than it is wide. But it does have a bit of an extension off to one side of it that has a few windows with some faded but still barely readable painted on text indicating that this was Rick's music store, both in English, which is actually the primary language, surprising maybe for Buenos Aires, but also underneath in Spanish. The doors are closed, and as you can see, let me go ahead and activate the music store. We want this one. So this, if I can ping it, appears to be the front of the music store. There's a set of double doors, the two windows either side. There is also a window over here and a doorway kind of on the side of what will be the long part of the building that looks to be, it's also closed, but it's fairly nondescript. However, there is what appears to be a little intercom box next to the door that would indicate that perhaps there are some apartments arrayed somewhere, most likely on the second floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, the map's a thing of beauty, Brian. I can even see how these fit on top of them. Like the way the stairs go, you like it's an absolute thing of it's a thing of beauty. You can see how it slots on top of the three things slot on top of each other. Yeah.
Okay.
It's excellent.
And yeah, that's basically what you have. Is this portion is the main floor. This is the second floor, and this would be the roof.
The roof, yeah.
Obviously, you haven't seen any of those things yet, and I trust my players not to metagame. It's just easier not to have to fog these things.
Yeah.
I also just realized I don't have a picture for my icon up there, so I'm gonna have to sort that by our next session because that little guy is dumb. I don't like it. Okay.
the default ninja.
I mean, he's fine. It's
looks
just
like a little ghost or something. I don't know what he is, but I know. I think it's pretty cool.
Maybe I'll make an after the end logo or something to put there.
Yeah.
At any rate, we'll get your characters on scene. You've got Fallout with you. We've got Tim, Jacob, and Craig.
Yeah, I got my figure out. Just be careful looking around.
The longer kind of rectangles that have the lighter shade of blue in them, those are windows.
Right, okay. And the white ones are doors.
The smaller ones with wider doors, correct.
Cool.
So what would you like to do as you approach, again, seeing that kind of large saxophone kind of dangling off the upper floor right about here? It's still connected. You can see it maybe swaying just a bit, but it doesn't look like it's necessarily going to fall anytime
It's not
soon.
dangerous to walk under it.
Maybe in a few more years, yeah.
And is it hanging over the door? Is it right over the door?
Yeah, it's, well, kind of off to the side, because on the second story there is a window on the left. So, it's...
So on
yeah,
the ground
it would be-
floor,
it
it's
would be
actually
over
there.
Here. Correct,
Ground floor,
yes.
it's actually there. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Any sign of recent tracks around this place?
Well, that's going to require our first roll of the game today. Let's give me a survive check.
Let's go our fearless leader.
Oh, does he get a bonus from the dog, or is that only just for...
That's for hunting. I think we're gonna get a bonus.
No, that's for hunting later.
Okay, I just didn't know.
Okay. Which attribute?
Let's see. You're intently looking, so let's say intelligence or wisdom, whichever is better, whichever you choose, but either one of those. Intention would mean intelligence to me, rather than passive awareness, which would be wisdom. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
See,
Damn,
that's why we
nice.
made you leader. That's why you're here.
So,
Well, no, that's why he's a senior hunter.
you do not see any tracks. Well, first of all, where are you looking? Just in general, just in the front of the building? Are you going to do a once around?
Well, we're looking around to see if there's any back doors or anything like that. So as we're going around the building, looking generally.
So as you travel around the building, you don't see any indication of any back doors. There are the windows on this side, as I mentioned. Everything else is just kind of closed in, either, whatever the construction is, be it brick or siding. It varies. But as far as tracks go, you don't see any indication of tracks here. In fact, since you're looking, the snow is drifted in such a way that it looks like the front door and the side door have not been opened
In months.
in a very long time.
Yeah, okay. That's a
Okay.
good sign.
Well, in that case, I suggest that we start clearing the snow away from the front door. Presumably that all these doors open outwards, so we're going to have to clear the snow to allow us to open it.
Yeah. And that takes, minutes of work.
Okay.
Unless
I got a
you...
dog.
We've got a dog.
Yeah, I mean,
that
you
is
could-
one of its
you
dog
could-
specialities is digging. Definitely, we
You
can
could
use a dog
potentially
for that.
instruct. Does somebody want to make an attempt to instruct?
No,
Fallout.
I was going to try and instruct Fallout to be on guard.
That also, yeah.
You can do that as well.
But yeah, there's a thing we could definitely use a dog for is digging. That is one of a dog's specialities.
Let's check.
Every dog loves a dig. He'll be pleased to do that for us. He'll be like, yes, fucking yes, it's my birthday.
There's a
So
two down there.
Jacob, sorry, Craig. I think we probably better focus on us digging to get in and
Let the dog be on guard. Yeah, absolutely.
let the dog be on guard.
Oh no, absolutely do agree. Like,
I do want you to survive to be able to play whatever we find.
So
imagine we get
it
there
is
and car.
it is a kind of a double door situation. So I think there's enough space if you want to have all of you, working to dig this out. The drift is pretty high, so you're going to have to get in there and really dig it out. I don't know if anybody has any appropriate tools or anything like that. I would assume nobody has a shovel.
Don't have a
So you're
shovel.
I
basically
got
going
a
to be
spear.
using
I
your
mean, if that
hands.
helps out.
Yeah, spear's not going to help.
Nah.
It might help break up some of the snow a little bit, but actually shifting it, not really. So in this case, I would like everyone to give me an exert test.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense, I guess. We don't have a
Again,
shovel.
do
which
not have-
characteristic?
This is with strength, and if you do not have exert, then you have to roll
I
untrained
do not
with
have
strength.
exert. Look at this lazy boy. He's not got exert. He's got perform. Look at me. I've got perform.
What is that? With the untrained, it doesn't let me add the strength to it. That's the thing.
doesn't?
It is for me.
No.
But it's on
Mine
strength
doesn't.
we're rolling, yeah. Come on. 5.
I don't know why. Here's what. Let me look at Jacob real quick. Untrained. Yeah, when I click on the little dice next to untrained, it gives me a pop-up. What do I want to add? Strength is the first one.
Oh, I was clicking the wrong one. I was like, oh, I was clicking the name, not the dice.
No, click
I
on the
did that.
dice.
It brings up a text box of the description if you do that. I did that the first time as well.
Yeah, I don't think I'm helping very well.
So
How do we push rolls again in this game?
yeah, no pushing here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, everybody failed to meet even the basic level of success. However, that just means it takes you a while.
Yeah.
So what looked to be a matter of minutes turns out to be probably closer to an hour as you all just kind of fumble over each other and try to get the snow to the point where it also becomes ice near the bottom
Yeah.
out of the way so that you can shift these doors.
So that takes a while. Okay.
But once you get it sufficiently kind of pulled aside and enough space to open at least one of the doors, Tim is able to notice that and calls a stop to the work. So, what would you like to do now?
Well, see whether the doors will open. Are they locked?
Okay.
Are they jammed shut?
So, trying the handle on the door that you have access to that can open fairly easily, it appears to be locked.
Oh no.
Anybody got any skill in opening doors?
Absolutely not. No. And no
Fortunately,
lock
our guy that
picking.
can do that is,
No lock picking abilities. No real strength
No.
to speak of either. No physical
As
strength.
weird as it might be for the way the skill setup are in this game, Tim actually might, because the skill you use to access things is also sneak. Sneak includes lock picking and overcoming
sense.
things like that.
Aye,
Ooh.
makes sense.
Nice.
In that case,
I mean,
I'd
I've got
better
sneak.
try and get this door open.
Let me get a knife and go.
What
I'll-
characteristic would it be?
I'll hum an inspiring tune.
So this would be dexterity. I need to remember to start telling you what characteristic.
Ooh,
Oh, look at that.
nice.
Look at that.
David! Come on!
Good. We
Look
got.
at it.
I've said it before in
Nice.
different sessions,
It
Steve. You
wasn't
can just
locked,
roll all of
actually.
our rolls for us tonight.
Is that what Tim says to everybody else? I was wrong. It wasn't locked.
I think it was
So-
just frozen shut. That's what it
It
was.
turns out there was just a little button you had to press in on the handle. You hadn't noticed it the first time.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Oh look!
I imagine you
picked the lock.
I imagine you probably used your knife tip or something like that. You don't really have any tools, which is fine. Like, having tools would just give you a bonus. You can imagine that maybe you did have a little sliver of metal or something like that you're able to get the lock open with. I don't imagine without lock picks you probably didn't pick the lock so much as you overcame the locking mechanism in the jam in some way, maybe using
Probably
an
using
old
one
style
of the bolts.
plastic card or maybe using one of the bolts. Sure, yeah, for sure. So yeah,
There-
you get that door open and you're able to swing it open. It is in the section you're looking in, aside from the light coming in from the windows. It is relatively dark at the back of the store as you get away from the windows and the door. Obviously, no power.
Okay.
And that would indicate to you, from what you can see, that there's no other windows, as you know, seeing the map in that section of the store.
Okay. How does the air smell when I open the door?
Oh, that's a really good question. So, as you open the door, you are assaulted with a scent of oiled wood and rotting fabrics.
Does it smell like guitars and pianos?
Okay, but no rotting flesh.
Or rotting flesh, no.
That's good.
Okay. Well, I'd suggest going in, see what we can see with the light that's there, and sort out where it's going to be safe to light a torch. Because if there's a smell of oil in there, evaporated oil, flammable, might be dangerous.
Okay,
So let's have a look around first. I will usher the other two in. and
Yeah.
call man's best friend over and then follow in myself.
Why is Fallout injured?
You better not be.
Just fix it. Okay, so as you all step inside and call Fallout after you, let me give you guys control over Fallout so you can move him too. If that makes sense. Configure all players owner. There you go. So you should be able to move Fallout now as well.
Good boy.
So obviously the first part that you step into, this looks to be the shop. There are shelves. They appear to be relatively full of the things that you would find in a music store, at least in a shelved section. Things like guitar strings. I don't know. I don't own instruments. Pads for various
drumsticks,
wind instruments, drumsticks, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm not a music expert.
Guitar picks,
sheet music, CDs.
Yeah. Also sheet music, maybe some CDs, but again, this is a music store in terms of like an instruments.
From what I've seen from an instrument store, like we do have one locally, they'll sell some vinyl, a small collection of vinyl, I think.
Oh, okay. So yeah, maybe there's a small collection of vinyl off to one
side. Yeah, I think it would be vinyl these days in an instrument shop because nobody really, they're not going to be making their money off of selling records. They don't have that kind of music store anymore.
No. But I mean, CDs kind of teach yourself guitar in Ted Easy lessons.
Oh yeah,
those,
for sure.
Yeah, those definitely.
Yeah. Now, off to your left, you can see a counter with some more things behind it and whatnot. Obviously, that's where the registers would be and whatnot. And you see a door over there leading into what is probably an office. The open area over here is not actually open. I mean, there's a large grand piano kind of in one portion of it. There are some drum sets that are set up.
I sit down at the piano.
Okay. There are some amps and things like that. And along the walls in this back section, there are various guitars hung up.
I start to play the piano. I start playing a song.
So you put your fingers...
Craig, can you...
I shut the door. I shut the door just in case it's behind us.
Like Oliver...
As you put your fingers on the piano, you just hear... Doom.
That's well out of tune. Oliver knows this is reckless and stupid, but Craig, he's just absolutely enamored of David, and he sees the piano, he sits down, total flat note, he's like, bummer, man.
No, more like no noise whatsoever, just a clunk of hitting the keys.
So like the hammer isn't.
And maybe you just
instinctually
instinctually hit some of the other keys and you're getting nothing. If you look inside, the piano's set up, so it's got the cover up, and you look inside, it looks like all of the chords and everything have snapped.
Yeah, so it's not pulling or pushing or whatever it does to make the things hit the things.
This thing needs serious repair before it will function again.
Yeah.
Does it look like it? Does it look like it's snapped due to cold? You know, the wires kind of trying to shrink due to the cold and
time
snapping due to the tension.
Yeah.
A combination of age and cold, yes.
Well, I suggest that he has a look at the acoustic guitars on the wall because
the strings probably snapped on them.
Well, electric guitars we haven't got any power for. So if Craig's looking for a guitar, then it's going to have to be acoustic.
It's 100% an acoustic guitar that he's looking for, yeah. But the thing is, if he sees a harmonica, he's going to be having that as well. Like, he's a musician. He's not just a guitarist, singer-songwriter. He's going to want if he sees harmonicas, he's having one of them. If he sees a guitar, he's also having one of them. But the guitar is what he's all about. So obviously, straight after he realises this piano's dud and not going to play, he's going to get back up and start looking at these guitars. Doesn't give a fuck what anybody's saying to him. He's totally ignoring 10 minutes later now. He's just like,
Okay. So what's everybody else doing as Craig is kind of window shopping? I'll get back to what he sees in a moment.
Well,
I will say that the oils that you're smelling, you're guessing now it's probably coming from a combination of the piano and some of the wooden hulled guitars that are hanging on the wall, that were oiled at some point, probably the last time 5 years ago. So yeah, some of the oil is evaporated. It's been contained kind of in this room, but at the same time, there wouldn't be enough, you don't think, to fear lighting a torch if you choose to do so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will ask our esteemed colleague to stay on guard at the door. And at the very least, he's going to bark if anybody tries coming in. And I will ask Craig to please keep the noise down while he's looking.
Yes, fearless leader.
When
gonna
we're
start checking
safe,
around here.
you can start practicing.
Yes, fearless
But-
Yeah, I want
leader.
to check around here.
If Jacob could have a look and see if he can see anything that's useful, as opposed to musical.
Right.
Yeah.
I will have a look around the shelved area on the right. If Jacob could have a look in the rest of it, and then once we've both had a look, I suggest we have a look through into the back, because it may well be it's a store for more stuff. So if Craig is looking at guitars, then he's going to need a guitar, a case to keep it safe, spare strings, plectrum,
Oh yeah, picks.
some oil for the case for the guitar itself. So he's going to have to assemble all that. What he can find in the shop, fine. If not, we're going to have to start looking elsewhere for it.
So ideally, Dave, he's going to want a guitar and 2 guitar cases, because he's going to have 1 guitar case full of guitar and 1 guitar case full of all that other stuff you just mentioned. Basically.
Fair enough. And how much space has he got in his inventory?
Not that much, sadly. I'll just eat 3 days worth of food, that's fine. Just get rid of the food.
So is there enough light in the store as things stand for us to look, or are we going to have to light a torch?
Well, figure
Be
as
careful with that.
you're getting back towards the rear of the store and they're getting over in this section, you're going to need more light to really see things in detail. Like, Craig is able to make out the guitars on the wall in that back corner, but again, although you're getting some light filtering in from the windows, it's dim. It's not enough to see much about the guitars, except for the fact that all the guitars on the wall, their strings have also snapped.
Okay, well, as long as there's no damage to the guitars from the strings snapping, I will dig out one of my torches and light it, and then I can hold it while Jacob's looking, and Jacob can hold it while I'm looking, and we can support Craig. So we will try using one torch and see how that goes.
Because I'm going to want somebody to hold that there while I strings on the guitar.
With Craig being the musician, we'll let him go ahead and make a performance check, but with intelligence.
Perform with intelligence, okay.
Yeah.
Perform.
Ding, 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 pling.
Intelligence.
Oh, that's not bad.
An 11. It's pretty solid.
Okay. So as you're looking around, you know a few things. First of all, you're fairly certain you'll be able to kind of cobble together the things that you'll need to maintain a guitar. I'm not going to call that any one thing in particular or a number of things. It's just guitar supplies, right? Most of it is probably not going to take up a lot to either.
No,
They'll
there's
just
going to
be
be some
kind of
oil, some strings, and some picks.
right. They'll be bundled with your guitar, essentially. If you find a working guitar, that's the second thing that you notice.
In fact,
is that
would that be right in
not
thinking
only
that a guitar case, a modern guitar case, is going to have a second pocket on the front? So it's going to be a main guitar-shaped big bag with extra pockets on the front and on the side, like a bag does. Yeah, it's not going to just be the guitar space and you need another bag for other things.
Right.
It'll all go in one bag.
So you're fairly certain with what you can see. I mean, that is going to take up your scavenging for this location.
Putting all that
But
kit
yes,
together.
you'll
Yeah, 100%.
you'll be able to find everything you need. Now, as far as the guitars and the other instruments, as you look around at them, I know you're focusing primarily on guitars, but you notice things about all of them. The drum kits, they're all rusting and falling apart. Now with the light lit in here, you can see that there has been some kind of, at some point, leak from above. And so you're now picking up, as you spend more time in here, underneath the kind of scent of that evaporated wood oil. You're also now getting mold, which has gotten into the piano. It's gotten into all of the guitars. The drum kits are rusting. The skins on the drum kits are essentially like you touch one and it pretty much crumbles to dust.
Oh, you're breaking
All of
Craig's
these
heart.
instruments are ruined.
Oh.
They look great until you touch them, and bits are flaking off and pieces are falling off. If we had well, you know what? Let's have Craig make a mental save.
Oh yeah, let's
Maybe this will
absolutely. Yeah, you're right.
Hit
You're right.
him with a little bit of stress.
Because he is heartbroken seeing all these musical instruments going to waste to rot like that. Yeah, that is heartbreaking for him. So mental save, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So yeah, Craig is going to take a point of stress.
Yeah,
from
that's
seeing something so important to him just be ruined, and not necessarily through any kind of neglect. I mean, it's just time has happened.
Yeah, no maintenance.
I mean,
Right.
what skills does Craig have? What instruments can he play?
He's a singer-songwriter.
Pretty much all
so,
of them.
So yeah,
Yes,
he
but
plays
what instruments can he play?
guitar.
Mike Oldfield's a singer-songwriter, but he can play practically anything.
Yeah, so he's one of them. He plays the guitar, the piano, the bass guitar. He can play every part when he writes a song. He can compose a whole song himself. He can go into his home studio
Okay.
and play
So,
8 different instruments.
Rather than worrying about the guitars and the drum kits, etc., why not have a look for a flute?
Well, I thought a harmonica would be very cool and a very flavourful thing, but I also thought that I could get a guitar and a harmonica.
Yeah, but
So-
flutes are normally metal, and they're not normally steel. They're normally an alloy.
It's not
So
brass,
it's likely
something like that.
that would be more resistant to rusting.
So
Maybe.
perhaps, strangely, considering the saxophone hanging off the front of this building, you don't see any wind instruments. It looks like this building, since we essentially the end happened in 2025, this building this shop looks to have been converted more towards drums, guitars. The piano looks like it was just there as kind of a centerpiece. The majority of what's here looks like things that a playing out band might want or need, not more orchestral types of things like saxophones and trumpets and flutes and things like that. It's a relatively small shop, so they probably just focused on what they could sell the most of.
The domestic instruments rather than the exotic instruments.
Essentially,
Guitars, drums,
yeah.
basses, and keys.
Well,
Yeah.
can I suggest to Craig, I'm not an expert, but the better quality instruments, etc., probably wouldn't be on display.
Yeah,
So it may well be that there's storage elsewhere in the building.
and we'll find a nice
Mm.
one. Are
You
you saying
may
that
be
all
able
the
to find
guitars are
something
in
there.
ruin, Brian? There's not going to be an acoustic guitar that I can get.
All of the guitars in this area are ruined. Now, that being said, as Jacob is checking behind the counter, Jacob actually does spot, possibly before Craig, kind of a countertop display, almost set up as like a novelty thing, where there are several harmonicas still in plastic packages, sitting on the counter.
Oh, definitely going to take one of those though. Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, he
Well-
calls over to Craig. Is like, hey, this might make you happy. Tosses over to you.
sketch.
Well-
Feels an
Well,
extended
when you go to
saving
pick it
throw,
up,
does
the plastic bag kind of disintegrates and falls apart, but the harmonica inside is still, pretty decent. Like it's
Okay.
alloyed metal of some kind, and
Sweet.
plastic.
Well,
So
How many of those have you got, Jacob?
How many are there?
we'll roll a d8.
Okay.
Because I'd suggest we take whatever you can find that's in good nick back, if
All
only
of
for
them.
trade goods.
Yeah, for trading, absolutely.
Oh,
There's
Oh,
8.
nice rollbacks. Haha.
You're welcome.
I'll pocket all of them, absolutely.
Yeah, they're probably like all 8 of them can probably fit as one.
I'm still heartbroken. There's
something.
not. I kind of want to just rescue as much as I can. Like it's been a fire, and these are the animals, the squirrels and stuff in the tree, and I'm saving
Right.
them.
Is it Jacob? Is there any documentation behind there, stock list or anything like that?
Yeah, that's what he's looking. He's looking through
thinking
like
about one.
if there's anything hidden under there, like just
Nothing
any...
that would still be readable after all this time. Nothing,
Is anything
nothing
you-
secured. No filing cabinets or anything. Anything like that would probably be in an office.
Okay, is there anything useful in here? Like maybe a set of keys if this is like locked right here. I don't know if there's like a spare keys back here somewhere.
I
was
mean,
kinda looking for
not
that.
that you see. No.
I was like, yeah, there's nothing back here.
Okay,
It says
Well, in
like you
that
point
case-
where the door is right there.
I suggest we try that door. Craig, do you want to come and help?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, hopefully there's.
Jacob's like, are we gonna leave the door open over here, or we're gonna close it?
Maybe close it just so we're not obvious there's somebody in here in case somebody walks past. I mean, even if they do, they're going to see all the snow shoveled out the way. They're going to see.
Yeah.
They're going to know somebody's in here anyway. I don't.
They're
think
gonna
it's
see
make
your
a difference.
tracks. Yeah.
I'd say leave it open for the bit natural light that it lets in, Max. I think.
Well, you're getting light from the windows next to it as well.
So
but,
Craig's
yeah.
going to be like, oh, hopefully that's an office, and hopefully that's where they keep their good guitars, because I'm absolutely heartbroken. Look at all these instruments ruined. This is the death of music.
All right,
He
so
starts waxing lyrical.
For the time,
more
for the time
cleverly
being,
than
we'll
Oliver
leave,
can.
for the time being, we'll close the door and leave Fallout on guard. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will tell you that it looks like the majority of the leak in the instrument part of the store comes from roughly this area.
Mhm.
But as you all kind of crowd in around this door behind the counter, it looks like there's also some severe water damage in this area as well.
Okay.
well, when we were approaching the building, we noticed it was multi-leveled, right?
Uh-huh.
Like when we were looking at it. So it's like, would we guess that it would have been apartments or at least some kind of livable area above?
Well, I mean, with the intercom outside the other door, it would make sense if there's apartments up there.
Okay. It's just one of the things Jacob was thinking about. Do you think it may have been like one of the houses up or one of the places up front, up top, maybe flooded, and that's why there's like water damage around, or
just pipes burst.
Or pipes burst,
Yeah.
or just there's like a hole somewhere. So there's like a hole in the structure, the outside structure of the building out above us, and that's just letting in snow, and hence there's water inside. Maybe.
Okay.
Well,
I'll
let's
say-
go and see.
Let's go find out. There's only one way to
Let's
find
try.
out.
Let's
aye.
try opening the door.
I got spear in hand.
The damage would have been
boys.
quite some time ago because the nuclear winter-esque conditions. It's not exactly nuclear winter, but essentially
Looks like one.
the climate shift would have taken a few years to kick in. So yeah.
I'm just going to adjust my kit because we're inside and everything's close quarters. Okay.
Yeah, I got my
Yeah,
spear
what
out.
do you like?
Kind of like.
Keep in mind, anything you have in ready, you have access to, even if you have multiple weapons.
I don't think I have multiple weapons. No, just a rifle. I don't-
Okay.
Oh no, I can put my knife into ready. Let's get that over there.
Yeah, that'd be a good
Good,
idea.
yeah.
Oh shit! I just accidentally made my knife into two knives for some reason. Did not mean to do that. I'm deleting one. Equip button. There we go. Yeah, I've got my knife
Okay.
equipped as well now.
So this door is unlocked.
So
Okay, I will have my axe ready. If one of you can be holding the torch, and the other one open the door, please.
I'll open the
I was
door.
gonna say, I got a spear in hand. Do you want, Craig? Do you want to hold it and you have a knife in hand, or do you want to have your gun and I can?
Craig's not even bothered. He's not even got a gun or a knife in his hand. He's just opening the door. He's looking for guitars. That's all he cares about.
That's fair. So
Alright, well,
you feel resistance, probably rusted hinges, something along those lines. But the door does open, and from the torchlight, you can see that this next area appears to be a combination of office, what looks to Craig like maybe once would have been. It kind of has the vibe of like a stage green room, and a jam studio.
Yeah,
right?
I knew you were going to say studio. This is so cool. Oh, this is so sick. Craig is loving it. Oliver's also loving it as a big fan of music and the fan of this own character that I've created. But
I will say though,
Craig's
unfortunately,
loving
just inside you can see that there's another source of horrible leakage right about here.
Oh, that sucks. Is
Oh,
there any-
and on the floor over in this section, close to that door.
Okay. Is there any instruments in this room?
Not viable ones. There are a couple of guitars on stands next to a mic stand and a microphone. There's also a drum kit in here. All of it's in horrible condition. Unplayable.
Okay, try opening that door.
So opening this door, the first thing you notice as you step close to the door is the crunch of ice. Very familiar, of course, by now. But as you open this door, the interior of this room is the entire floor is covered in ice. This appears to have been a bathroom, right? And for sure, pipes appear to have burst. A tub is like full of ice. So it looks like a pipe burst next to the tub filled up, and then at some point, whatever didn't spill over became ice, and it's half shattered from the ice expanding as the water inside of it freezing. Yeah.
Is there a bathroom cabinet?
There are cabinets in there, yeah.
Check that out.
Pretty
Okay.
Drugs, yeah.
Have a look in there and check for medication, razor blades, anything that could be useful.
Okay.
I say I'm gonna check the room and
Hey.
say maybe they had something like left over. Like
This guy owned a
granola
music
bars or
shop,
something.
and he sounds like a cool guy, Rick. He owned a music shop, and he had a kind of like hangout sesh studio in the back of it. We might actually find some fun drugs as well as some useful ones.
Oliver's like,
We
Okay.
might find some fun
Well,
drugs in
I'm-
this guy's place.
Yeah, I'm
we
gonna
can
start looking
handle
around.
that with scavenging rolls when we're done exploring it. But yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's possible you might find some stuff there.
Excellent.
Okay, well,
Keep my fingers crossed
I'm
for
gonna
drugs.
walk over to this door and see if this one's open, if it's iced up or not.
So that door is locked, but the locking mechanism is on the side you're on.
Okay, I'll pop it. Just kind of click.
Okay. Yeah, and
I'll look at
peeking into that room. Well,
Yep.
as soon as you do. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of look
So
in there.
yeah,
and kinda
it looks like you've got 4 mailboxes there, mailbox / lockers for like deliveries, and kind of a nice little, or what would have once been a nice little table here, and it looks like around the corner some stairs go up.
Okay. So I was like, well, gentlemen, there is stairs leading up over here.
Hang on a second. I will go back into the shop. Can we lock this door from the inside? Is there are there bolts that we can throw to lock the doors from the inside?
You could lock the office door from the inside. Locking this door would be difficult because, as I said, you didn't have lock picks. So you probably defeated the lock in a different way, rendering
Popped it.
it useless.
How
So you
hard
could
would it be
close
to
the
shove a
door.
piano in front of the door?
Okay,
Too hard,
but
eh?
there's
Well, I mean, you could probably shove one of move one of the shelving units. The three of you could probably muscle something into the way of the door if you wanted to. Yeah.
The 2.5 of us with my 8 strength, aye, maybe.
I got a 17 strength. I uber strong.
Oh, check out Jacob. You're doing it on your own, mate. One-handed.
well, the other thing is that the door handles, we could probably just use some of the spare wires from the guitar strings, etc., to wire the doors together in the short term.
You could also. I'll retract. Pushing something in front of the front door would not be helpful because the doors open out.
We'll put you out of the way.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. So we'd have to really jam something like that, get the piano and tip it up.
You'd have to basically block the whole
Block
front of it so that people
we
have
can't
to,
jam
yeah.
it, we would have to block it, so it's not really going to be possible.
You could do.
we could
that
with a
would take
shelf.
time.
Aye, we could with a shelf, like, that we could be done, I think.
Yeah, grab one of the
could
ones
do.
over
Do you
here.
think we should,
But again,
Tim, cover our
this
rear?
door locks.
Well,
Oh, this
for the
one
time
does.
being, if we try wiring the door handles on the outer door shut together so that it's difficult to open, and lock the office door behind us,
Yep.
and then we'll go up.
Yep,
Okay.
get the bass guitar strings. Those are the thick metal boys. Get those. They'll do the job.
Okay, so
Yeah, we'll
let's,
take Craig's advice.
Yeah, you need
since we're
some bass
wanting
guitar
to
strings
use
for
some
that
of the
job.
stuff, since we're wanting to use some of the stuff from the shop, then
gonna
let's
scavenge it.
go ahead and do scavenging rolls for this level right now.
Okay.
Let's get
Okay.
everybody do a.
Survival? Survival?
Yeah, I mean,
Or-
technically, survival would be for this. It's not just for food; it's also for scrap. So everybody, give me a survive test with intelligence or wisdom, your choice.
Petition to roll on perform because I'm looking for musical stuff.
I'm not sure your performance
I'm pretty sure
skill
I get
is
3
really
dice on it.
really appropriate for kind of
Oh,
how to
well-
lash a door together.
No,
Actually,
this is a
you don't get
scavenging.
You don't get to roll at all because you've already collected the stuff that you'll need to maintain a guitar when you find one.
When I find the guitar. And 8 harmonicas.
And you got the 8 harmonicas, right?
Yeah, okay,
you
so
don't
my
get a roll.
scavenging's done, to be fair. Quite right.
So straight survive roll
Okay.
Decent.
on what?
Survive plus intelligence or wisdom.
Good luck, Dave. Scary. Oh, look
Okay.
at him go, man. He doesn't roll bad rolls.
So far.
So far.
Give me a chance.
I'm going to give both of you a what is it normally? Man, I should open the rules. By the way, the new rules are in there.
Ooh.
Ooh,
The
you got-
release candidate 1.
You
is
guys
in
read
there.
rules. That's your job, Brian. I don't need to know the rules.
Ooh, candidate 1. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but he's getting close. So, also the table of contents in this one is hyperlinked, which is very, very nice. All right, so where's?
Do you think he's watching?
Oh, I don't know. Probably not.
I would be
This,
if it was
this
my game
level
that
of
I'd
stuff
made.
does.
Thanks for
this-
watching if
this
you are,
doesn't seem
Kevin.
to be his thing, yeah.
I like to think he is.
So-
I like to think he is. I see you,
It'd be
Kevin.
cool.
Thanks for watching, bro. We love your game. Absolutely.
What am I
Of
looking
course
for?
it is.
Oh,
Why
right.
wouldn't you?
There we go. Hunger, thirst, supplies, foraging. Yeah, so 1d6 is fine. So let's have everybody roll. Well, Tim and
Both
Kang
roll,
both
yeah.
roll 1d6.
Okay. One.
Not great for Jacob. Now this is foraging, so Tim can re-roll that if he wants to, but you'll be stuck with it. Or is it you roll twice and pick the better?
I'm sure he picks
Roll
the better
twice
one.
and pick the better, but
Okay,
is it
so
foraging or scavenging? Is there a difference?
This is scavenging.
They're basically both the same, foraging and scavenging. So this is technically your foraging roll for this shift.
Okay.
You're just looking for scrap
Just
instead
foraging
of
things rather than
food.
food. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so now what I need from Jacob and Tim is a D4 -1 roll
Okay.
to see what tech level of stuff you're able to scavenge. And Tim can
I got
can
3.
take the better of this as well. So you can roll that again for Tim. See if you get better. Nope. Okay. So
One for Tim and 3 for
Tim
Jacob.
Tim finds 4 units of tech level 1 scrap, and Jacob finds 1 unit of tech level 3 scrap. The tech level 3 scrap will be those guitar strings if you want to use those to bind the door.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
will
use
let
that.
I will let you recover that later though when you leave the building.
Oh, that's totally fine. So yeah, he gives that to them, and get him to do little knots and stuff for it.
And what did we
Okay.
say? Tim got 4
4
TL1.
TL1. Do I stick that in my inventory or what?
If you want to, but the thing with scrap is that it weighs 1 pound each, so you can just kind of leave it for now and pick it up on your way out if you choose.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's store it for the time being, because we may
Okay.
find more upstairs.
All right, so heading upstairs then, or well, you block the doors. Now what?
Yep.
We never found anything in the
the-
medicine cabinets, did we? In the cabinets in the
No,
bathroom.
No, I just found TL1 scrap. I didn't find
Yeah,
anything in the
TL1
medicine
scrap.
cabinet. Yeah. Is there? Are the post
Is
boxes
Fallout
open?
coming with you? Sorry.
Yes, we're bringing
Yeah.
Fallout with us. We've
Yeah.
wired the front door and we've locked the office
Yeah, I was
door.
taking
Sure.
those.
So Fallout will
Yeah.
come with us.
So no,
Um,
the post boxes are not open.
Well, those should be relatively easy to force open.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, there's some rotting paper inside some of them, some maybe the remnants of a package and some kind of husk of something left over that was shipped to a person. Nothing of interest.
Shame. Thought there might be a 45 caliber sent by through Amazon or something.
I know, right?
I mean, it'd be nice, eh?
So,
One
assuming
can
you're all
wish,
kind of
David. One can wish.
We shall.
assuming
We shall.
you're all kind of cramming into that room with the torch.
Yep, we
Yeah,
shall move
yeah.
carefully
I'd say
upstairs.
so.
If I go first with the battle axe and somebody follows behind with the torch.
I'd say I've been
please.
sensible
Okay.
now, and I've got. I'll go in the middle with the torch then if you want, and I'll have the torch in one hand and my knife in the other. Okay.
So you're kind of moving past this doorway. I'm gonna point out a couple of things to you. First of all, as you all kind of get close to the doorway, I'd like you to make a.
Notice?
What do I want you to roll? Yeah, notice with wisdom
I don't have
specifically.
notice. Is that untrained for me if I don't have it?
Yep, that'll be
I
untrained.
don't have notice, man.
Oh, you know what? You actually can roll perform for this one.
Oh, can I?
Yeah,
Ooh.
and
And do I do that on? Can I roll perform on charisma?
No, wisdom.
No, wisdom. Yeah, I thought so.
Trying to get that cheeky thing. It's like
My
hey,
wisdom's
can I get
not terrible. My wisdom and intelligence are pretty decent. +1s on them. Whoa, that roll was not decent though.
that? Did it roll?
Yeah, I see it. 6. No roll from Jacob though.
Yeah, I know I pressed it and then it didn't.
Well, try it again.
Oh, but that's fine. I'm just like, okay. So I click on the wisdom. Do the check mark. There you go.
Yeah, it's better than mine, mate.
7.
Okay. So, as you kind of file together and head up the stairs, the other thing that you notice without a successful roll is that the doorway here, a couple of things about it. First of all, several boards of various type have been hammered into place over the doorway. The doorway would open outward into the hall. And it is sealed shut with these boards, but you also notice that a couple of the boards appear cracked, and the doorway itself, particularly in the center, looks as if there's several cracks in it, as if something has been trying to push or force its way out from the other side.
Oh shit!
Is that the outside door?
No. That's the door next to Craig here.
Which is the door to the stairs going up.
That's probably door to the stairs going down.
Yeah, you're
But
looking
basically-
at
Yeah,
the
it
stairs
is,
going
yeah.
up.
Yeah, you remember they said that there was weird stuff in the underground certain areas.
Yeah.
you gotta be careful.
So, yeah. Something's trying to get out of the basement.
So, Craig, keep the noise down a little bit, please.
Puts a harmonica
Well,
back in
it's
the
like-
pocket.
Yeah. Well, at least we got the dog. In case if it something smells something, that thing would be like ears behind growling. It's like, you smell anything, boy?
So interesting that you say that. I will let you all notice for free that as you head up the stairways and Fallout follows, you do notice him kind of whine a little bit looking at the doors, but also his ears kind of perk up and in that direction like he hears something. But then you head upstairs. And the stairway goes kind of up and then over and up again, placing you, I'll just put Tim first, at this landing where you see a short hallway.
Okay.
I guess whoever has the torch, Craig, behind him. And then, yeah, Fallout would be still coming up the stairs here.
Yeah.
So there are 3 doors, all closed. And the hallway is, it looks kind of hotel-y or apartment building-y. There's nothing really special about it.
Look
Maybe
down
some
at the dust
moldering.
on the floor. Any signs of footprints? Recent.
Disturbances.
Recent? No.
Good.
But there is old footprints.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably peck out a footprint here or there, either in the carpet or some of the dust.
Yeah.
It looks like people have been through here, but not for a very long time.
Okay.
And
Are
then
the
as you
4
step
doors?
into... Sorry, go ahead. 4 doors,
Are the
yeah.
4
So,
doors?
yeah, as you step into the hallway, there is this door on your right here.
And that would be stairs
That you
going up
noticed.
again, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and that door has a, no admittance kind of sign on it.
That's the roof. Yeah.
There probably would be a roof access sign as well. No admittance, roof access.
What the hell's in the basement, boys? We're just like... we must have dressed that with
spare guitars?
something in the basement. Oh, no.
Yeah,
Don't
no, what
take
it is
them
is
there.
that it's basically it's a diamond encrusted like guitar, and it's set out. It's like, yeah, it's a one in the world left.
Diamond encrusted.
I don't even need diamonds. It's one that plays. Can't believe you've done this to me. My musician character, all the musicians,
Yeah.
all the musical instruments are destroyed. How cruel a games master you are, Brian.
I would laugh if it was like
5
one of the
years
last
into
living
World-ending
guitars.
apocalypse. What do you expect?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, is this door open or locked?
Locked.
Okay, try and sneak it open.
Okay.
If not, we'll use the blunt instrument method. Or sharp instrument method.
Jacob's blunt instrument.
I mean, you have an
17
axe.
strength. You've got an axe and a 17 strength. You are the instrument, yeah.
So it takes you a little bit, but you do manage to pop the lock again, not being able to pick it, but just kind of force it open using what you know. And the door opens, and you're just inundated with the smell of rot. In the room,
Walk around the face.
Well, like
Not
rotten-
much
immediately
there, I was
noticeable are 2 doors, almost directly across from you. Both are open. From what you can see, one door leads into what used to be a bathroom. The other door you would imagine is probably a bedroom of some kind. In this main area, you have kind of in this lower part what would be a small kitchenette, and then kind of a sitting area, what would be a living space. And fallen in the center is what remains of a body.
Ooh.
Is it in one piece or torn to shreds, sort of thing?
Hang on, Dave.
Well, I mean,
Because that would be perfect timing for a little cliffhanger halftime break.
okay,
Yeah?
Perfect.
yeah, that's fine.
Nice. I was needing to get
Okay.
us on a break, and that was a beautiful little point to do it. We'll do it now, eh?
So, when we left off, you'd open a door to a ruined, moldy, frozen bedroom or apartment, in the middle of which, of the front room, lie a body. In answer to Tim's immediate question, is it in one piece? The answer is no. However, it doesn't look to have been torn apart. It is only not in one piece because the flesh has largely rotted off the bone, and portions of the body appear to have melted into the mold-ridden floor. And so there's, in the places where part of the body isn't still extant, there is almost a shadow of this body on the carpet on the floor.
Yuck. Is that a point of stress?
Yeah, it is kind of gross. Let's get a
It's
mental
very
save
gross.
from everybody.
As a mental save, yeah, that's the one. It's very gross. Yeah, no, I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I mean, all of you are used to passing small humps that you're certain are bodies in the streets covered by snow, but this is
graphic.
different.
This is graphic. It's rotted to hell and it's melted into the floor. This is something else, yeah.
Yes, but you've got to expect this sort of thing, I'm afraid, Craig. It's part of the world we live in.
Craig spews, I think, a little bit.
So it's, says Tim.
Jacob's alright.
Slightly cold-blooded.
Let's see what you roll on this first.
Oh, right, that's right. Tim is cold-blooded. It doesn't
yeah.
bother him at all.
Does it not bother him? No roll for him.
No roll.
Nope,
Yeah.
Yeah, cold
that's
blood,
why I
right
said
enough,
you've got
yeah.
to get used to this. This is the new
Uh-huh.
world we're living
What was
in.
that? That's a mental scar, isn't it?
No. He's got a focus that
Oh, is it
makes
a
him
focus?
cold-blooded.
A
He's
cold-blooded focus. That's right.
Yeah. He just doesn't deal with the stress system at all. It affects him in no way whatsoever. Which is good if you're facing living opponents as you have in the past.
That's an
Well,
excellent.
not you guys. None
That's
of
a
you
strong,
have. Well,
strong
Tim has.
focus.
It is strong. All right. So, what do you do?
I'm sick a little bit. I don't know. Like maybe it comes out. Maybe I don't swallow it. Yeah, I'm sick a little bit. That's what I am. That's what I do immediately. First thing I do, bleh, little bit spew, and then after that, I just kind of back away from it in disgust, I guess.
Well, look around from the doorway. It doesn't look as though there's likely going to be anything worth saving in this apartment, does there?
Probably not.
Because
Definitely not in the bathroom. Definitely not the living room. As Jacob steps inside, he can see more. The body actually is. There are shoots of mushrooms, kind of, or fungus, not necessarily mushrooms. Fungus kind of growing up through it, and the floor. Very hardy looking mushroom or fungus. The in the kitchen, the pantry, the cabinet doors and everything they're open, and just from a quick glance, they appear to be largely empty. The refrigerator is also open, and it looks like there may have once been things in there, but now there is more of just this black fungus and sludge kind of flowing out of
Quick
it and
question
growing.
before I forget, Brian. How many points of stress
Huh?
was it for failing my mental save?
Oh, just one.
Just
Just one.
Okay.
Well, I'll call Craig, Jacob back out again, and we'll try the next apartment.
Okay. So to be fair, just to quicken it up a little bit, the second apartment is much the same. No body in this one, but it looks like it's been rummaged through. The refrigerator in this one is open, but if anyone thinks to open it, anyone open it?
The refrigerator's not open. Yeah, we'll open it.
So
Can't get any
again,
worse than
just that
body.
disgusting smell. It's not worse, but it's all the food in there has just rotted and been food for whatever this fungus is.
Now, I imagine it probably
It's growing
smells
quite
just as
heartily.
strong. So it's probably just as strong a smell, but it doesn't make you sick in the same way because that's a human person. It's
A
different.
body, yeah, exactly.
We'll have seen this 100 times over. We'll have seen this before. Food destroyed like that.
Right. So I mean, if you want to chance searching the bedrooms and bathrooms of either of these, I'll let you. I'll let you make a roll, but
Yeah, I want to.
that's up to you guys.
I want to because I'm looking for their pills and stuff like that.
Oh,
And
okay.
well, let's try that last door first, Craig, because it maybe this is in better condition.
A few Valium or something would be nice after what I've just seen.
So opening this last door, the two windows on the back corner of this building have shattered, and so snow is just poured in and drifted up. This room is considerably colder. Not that it's not cold in the building because there's no heat, but with the windows open to the environment, this apartment is significantly colder. The bathroom is in a similar conditions. Clearly, the pipes burst, and so there's definitely ice on the ground and not really a great place. Opening the back bedroom area, this particular room, the window hasn't shattered here, but there's not really a lot in here. The clothes are threadbare and falling apart, shuffling through some shelves and drawers and things like that. I mean, everything that you can find is relatively either useless or a remnant, just falling apart. But if you all want to take the time to search this story as well, I will allow you to do so.
Yeah, I do want to.
That's going to push us into evening, though. If you like. Or dusk.
Well, Tim, you're in charge. Are we going to spend much more time here, or do you think it's not? You're mute. Remember, Dave, you're pushed to talk.
I keep forgetting.
It's all right.
I think what we agreed was for the evening session, I would go out on hunt with Fallout, leaving you two here. So if one of you wishes to search while the other one's on guard, bear in mind the things in the basement.
There's a thing in the basement.
Well,
yeah, that's a whole
maybe.
thing. There's a thing in the basement, but it hasn't managed to get out. Like,
Fallout, Fallout did.
he wasn't happy.
Prick ears up.
Yeah. The thing is, it's not got out before, so it's not going to get out. Is it?
There was no incentive for it to get out before. Once that guy was dead and there was nobody here, why would it try and
Nobody
break
else
out?
rattling about.
There was no food here.
So it sort of died of starvation if it's stuck then, whatever it is. Surely not, eh?
Quite.
You would hope so. Yeah, there's a thing in the basement. Can't forget about that.
Well, unless there is a building nearby that we can stay in overnight, we're stuck here for the night.
Yeah, I
Correct.
don't think we should stay here for the night. There is a thing in the
Well,
basement.
Quite. What are the neighbouring buildings like?
Yeah.
Is there a possibility of
So
Somewhere else.
this building stood out because it wasn't rubble. Again, usually when you find a point of interest, it's because it's still standing somehow. The majority of the rest of the city, although some stories are still there, imagine buildings like fallen halfway apart, and although there are upper stories, nothing's enclosed. You could potentially find a relatively sheltered space out in the ruins nearby to camp, but would it be necessarily as good as taking one of these, well, maybe not one of the other two, but maybe this room, and blocking the door and lighting a fire? You've got open windows. I mean, you guys have camped in such a way before. The ceiling is intact. There's no smell. There's no overpowering smell of mold or rot in this particular apartment.
I don't trust the
Well,
neighbour.
rather than scavenging this, I suggest that we use stuff from the ground floor to block that door up the stairs, and we spend we stay on the ground floor, because that's not in. Although there's water damage, there isn't that. It's not. We don't have the cold and the rot and the mold that we have up here.
It doesn't have the same smell either. I
Exactly.
don't think I could sleep in this smell up here.
So what I'd suggest, if the others are okay, there's no point in investigating the roof. I think it's highly unlikely they stored any kit up there. So if we go down to the bottom of the stairs, find sufficient stuff to barricade that door. I mean, there's a wall directly opposite it. So if we can just form some sort of blockage to block that door from opening, to reinforce those boards, because they look old and slightly broken. So whatever's down there, if it knows we're here, might try breaking through. But if we can block the door to prevent it opening, that should help.
Yeah, help keep it in.
I will let you use the 4 TL1 scrap that you have down in the lower floor to reinforce that door if you choose to do so. That is going to call for a fix roll from someone
Where's Kang when
to
you
see
need him?
how well you do.
What are you doing switching characters, Max? What kind of idiot switches characters mid-campaign? Is it
Okay,
has
well-
Jacob or Tim got fix? I believe.
No.
Don't think Craig has.
Nope.
Nah. Perform.
So it'll be fix intelligence. So whoever has the highest intelligence.
I've got a 14 on
bonus-
intelligence. Any improves on that?
No. It's Tim Nice,
It's
but
Tim
Dim,
Nice,
don't
but Dim,
forget.
isn't it? Yeah. Jacob, with 17 strength, I don't imagine you've got an intelligence to match, have you? You're mute,
You're
Max.
muted.
Yeah, I have a 14's intelligence, so I'm not dumb. I was like, I'm a healer.
So we both,
He was learning to become a doctor, so it's like, yeah.
it's 14 minus 1 for either of us, isn't it?
Either one of you. Well, yeah, -1 because it'll be the
Because they're
-2,
untrained.
but you add your intelligence. Yeah. So whoever wants to make the roll.
Can
Untrained.
I assist whoever it is? It's like, one of us can assist each other, or
Well, we're all assisting each other, aren't we?
This is more. It's not so much doing it as it is planning the best way to do it. So there's not really an assist on this one.
Do you feel lucky, Max? Do you feel lucky, Punk?
hey, I'm gonna try.
Go for
yeah,
it,
I'm
mate.
gonna
Go
try
for
it.
it, mate. Go
All right,
for it.
go for it. Look at that.
12. which would be
Beautiful.
11.
Yes,
Or at least
Max.
something like
So
You
you-
wouldn't let us down.
I'm gonna
You
say
did
with the
that stuff.
12 that you only end up using 2 of the scrap to reinforce that door. But unfortunately, when you peel those boards off, I mean, if you want to get down there, you're not going to be able to recover much of the wood. So
No, I'm not going down there. I don't care what's down there. They can.
They're
keep
stuck
the
on there
basement.
good. I'm fine if they stay stuck there, like, that's absolutely fine. Nice work,
okay,
Jacob.
so for the evening, again, we have 2 more shifts. For the evening, you're setting up camp in this room,
Yes.
correct?
Yep.
Hang on.
And so, who is
this one.
going? There's.
No, this one. Sorry.
No, I thought this
Yeah,
one.
we're back down here. Sorry.
Yeah. We're gonna
Yeah.
go down here.
So there's plenty of detritus in this room that you can use to set up a campfire and things like that. You could probably even crack one of these windows a little bit if you wanted to.
Now, even though they're fucked, I'm not gonna let the guys burn guitars or a piano.
Okay.
If anyone suggests it, I'm like, fucking no. No, you will find something else.
I mean, there's the shelving units you could rip pieces off of, and there's particle board and
It
stuff.
It doesn't care how fucked they are. He cannot see you burn these guitars and pianos. He will walk out and he will walk out into the cold fucking night and leave you and walk out on his own. He's not gonna let that happen.
Well, yeah, I'll find anything that like a burn barrel or something like metal, like some kind of metal tin or something.
I mean,
make a fire.
You might be able to use like one of the ruined bass drums as kind of a burn barrel a little bit. No, Craig says no.
No, you cannot. maybe I'll let you use a drum. He's going to be fucking heartbroken. Tell you what, you can use a drum, but Craig's taking another point of stress. Because if he's
That's fair.
Seeing all these instruments ruined is one thing, but watching one burn is another. He's going to wax lyrical, much more cleverly than Oliver can, about how tragic it is.
Okay.
And he's going to take another point of stress.
Who is going to do the evening watch then? Because
I will, because I can't.
You should be sleeping right now. All right, that's fine. So you should go ahead and, while maybe you don't even see him use the bass drum, but you will when you wake up. So you should go ahead and go to sleep. Max will do that. Is there, other than setting up a fire and maybe, getting ready with some of the food, is there anything else you want to have Jacob do, Max?
I think that's about it, because I know you can't do another search roll or scavenge roll at the moment.
You could upstairs if you wanted to.
No, he's not going to go up there. He's going to leave it as is. It's like, yeah, he's not going to risk anything, especially, if that creature's right there. So I was like, nah, he's going to be fine.
Fair enough. So, I assume by their placement then Tim and Fallout are going to go out hunting.
That is correct, yes.
Are you going to hunt, or are you going to look for, like, non-perishable foods?
Because you've got the dog, take advantage of the extra bonus you would get and do hunting, eh?
Well, I don't think we'd have to find somewhere that hasn't fallen down first. We've already decided that we're staying here. So I think hunting is probably the best option.
Okay. I mean, you could always try to root around in the ruins to see what you find. Like, there's always a chance.
In the dark?
Well, right. Okay, so, I'm going to need your survive check for hunting.
Based on?
Whichever. Intelligence or wisdom. +1 for having Fallout helping.
You can add another one. You can add another one to that.
11.
Okay. Come on, Tim.
No, that's fair. All right. So 11's actually pretty darn good. Why don't you roll some? Let's make it percentile dice. Roll a percentile dice for me. Should be the last button on the box down there. Yep.
A 15.
Okay. Very well done. So you do manage to, while you're out in the half dark. I mean, it's still pretty dark, but there's some moonlight and starlight filtering in through the sky. Although my calendar tells me, we are at a crescent moon, so there's not as much moonlight actually.
Waxing or
still,
waning?
you did. We went from full to half to crescent, so it's waning. Yeah. But yeah, after a time, you do manage to spot a larger game animal and you feel fairly certain it's probably something like a doe or some kind of animal like that. And you bring it down with Fallout's assistance. Are you going to field strip it here or bring it back?
Well, does it cost me a bolt to bring it down, or can I recover it?
Make a luck save.
Righty-ho.
You are able to recover that bolt.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
your expert
Have you made a
shot
bad roll yet,
manages.
Dave? I don't
Your
think you
expert
have.
shot manages to miss any of the bones. There's no like the bolt doesn't bend or anything. So
Straight
it's
through
quite
the
good.
jugular, in one side and out, like that. Perfect.
So yeah, you'll be able to roll 2d6 plus your survive bonus, right? So just the bonus of the skill. So 2d6 plus 1. And that's how many non-perishable strips of rations of meat, essentially, you'll be able to field dress very quickly. Whether or not you bring all of that back with you is up to you. Because
You mean perishable? You mean perishable
inventory.
rather than non-perishable? Because this is
Yes,
fresh
perishable.
food.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're able to very quickly kind of strip off 9 units of perishable food.
Okay, and that weighs 9 pounds.
No, that would be if you bundle it all up tight with what you have on you. That would be maybe
3.
even using some of the sinew. That would be 3, right? Because it
Okay,
could be
well-
each one could be bundled by
3
3.
bundles of 3.
Fair enough. I will bring that back. Fallout can have the liver and
Awful.
heart and so on,
Good for him.
Okay.
which will please him.
Oh yeah, good for
So
him as well.
I return with 9 units of perishable.
Bravo, Dave. Bravo, Dave.
But I think, given that was part of my day, one of those would have to feed me for today, wouldn't it?
Are we on an even or a odd number?
No,
Oh,
because
that's
you
not
just
that
feed
counts
yourself
for
while
that,
you're
is it?
traveling. Well, that's my understanding. You
Oh,
always just feed yourself
That's
while
right.
you're
He's
traveling.
got a focus or an edge or something that means he can just,
Uh-huh.
as long as he's
Survival, yeah.
traveling, he can just be finding food.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, that's some
Can eat those berries.
moss,
or...
moss, which is quite edible.
Yeah.
Right, berries, yeah, something. Okay, so
It's got
I'm
that
gonna
Bear
move
Grylls in 'em.
over some perishables to your inventory.
Nice work, Tim.
We're gonna set all of those to 3.
I mean, that'd save us for a couple days at least.
Yeah.
Right, have we knocked
Hey.
off 2 units of non-perishable because
We need to do
you
that
two...
for today's food, yeah.
Well, I haven't called for eating yet. I usually do that at the end of the day. So, yeah, when you get back, Jacob has a small fire going for the interior of the building. The smoke is wafting out through one of the windows that he's cracked. Just a smidge for that purpose. Craig is sleeping, and either you or Jacob can sizzle up some of that meat if you want on the fire.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
For
Yep, make it.
Jacob, and then also for Craig when he wakes up. And
Okay.
here's a fun thing you could do, just to remind everybody, since you have so much food. I don't know if this would be of interest to anyone, but again, those pesky things like rules. You can, in order to help you recover, particularly stress, but just in general, you can indulge yourself. Where is it?
We can eat more.
An evening of heavy drinking, feasting, or indulgence. So basically doubling your food intake. You gain 1 point of system stress instead of recovering any, but you also lose 1 point of stress. System strain, rather. So, but again, you don't have to go head over heels in that.
I don't have any strain, I've only got stress.
Well, no, you would gain a point of strain
On
to
lose the
recover a point of
stress.
stress. Yeah. If you eat double your food intake. Yeah.
Let's do it. I'm pigging out.
Okay,
Okay.
so effectively we use up 3 perishable food this evening. Yep.
Correct.
Take a strain, lose a
We'll wipe it
stress.
off.
Correct. And so you'll regain strain when you sleep. You regain 1 point of strain every time you sleep in a safe place. This is not a safe place.
So hang on, have we put, is this food on different character sheets now? Should I have more food on my sheet, or?
Nope, I moved it from David's already taken care of it.
David's
I put it
taken
all
care
on
of
David since he was hunting, and he's already
Yep.
deleted the one. Okay,
Nice.
so that is all good. So then David and Jacob are able to go to sleep overnight, and Craig is able to stay awake. Let's get another notice or perform roll from Craig, actually. With wisdom or intelligence.
And eat.
Okay, well, that's enough. So, as you're sitting in the dark, well, you have a small fire, but you probably let the fire die down at some point, right? You don't keep stoking it all night, just enough to keep
not
you
making
warm.
just a little bit of
warm.
light, and yeah.
And a little bit of light. So as you're sitting there in the dark, listening to your friends breathing deeply, listening to Fallout kind of breathing deeply as they're all sleeping, you start to hear faint traces of something else. And it's off to one side or another. You look over there, and in the dying light, you can see there's like an air register. You know what I'm talking about? Like that AC and heat come through in a building. They can be in the floor. Sometimes they're on the walls. This is on the floor.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
So it's like a little grate on the floor. And you can hear something kind of coming up through that. If you got closer, maybe you could identify it more. It sounds like a pattern. It sounds almost musical.
Oh, I definitely go closer. I'll go closer to the grate and listen.
So as you listen to this grate that probably is down in the basement somewhere, you can hear faint, not directly beneath you, some ways off in some direction. You can hear what sounds like the pluckings of a guitar.
And I'm hearing this coming as a sound that's coming up through this grate.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Now, do I even wake them up, or do I just go? This is like, do I play the character as that impulsive and be stupid and risk losing them, or you know what I mean? Am I a dumb player by risking my character like that, or am I a good player because I'm role playing the character how he should be role played?
I don't think that's a matter of how people should be role played. You live in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. There are dangerous things.
Yeah.
I don't think he would go off by himself.
No, I don't think he would. Especially
He may want to,
Yeah.
but he knows it's not safe.
So I guess he spent. There's a couple of seconds, but it feels like minutes where he's thinking, I'm just gonna go I don't need to wake them up. It's just they're not interested in guitars. They don't care about music. They don't know about. They're not musicians. They don't know about the passion for music. And he starts talking himself into just going, and then he realizes how dumb that would be. And Oliver doesn't know what it was with his character because he likes him. And I grab Jacob's ankle and I just gently shake him.
In the middle of the night, or do you want to wait till morning?
In the middle of the night.
I mean, they're sleeping.
Well.
Okay.
You make a point. You do make a point. Like, I'm ruining everybody's rest, haven't I?
Yep. That could have repercussions. I mean, it's
Yeah.
up to you. You do what you want. I will say that as you're ruminating on this, and as you're I imagine still listening,
Yeah.
you get the sense that it is it sounds like one of two things. Either it's an extremely amateurish hand plucking at these strings, or and you get the feeling that it's more this. It sounds almost like someone who used to know how to play. And you've maybe heard this before in some of your aging contemporaries, people that you used to play music with, that over time their joints aren't quite as good as they used to be, or maybe the mind starts to go. And so the sense of a person who could once play guitar possibly quite well, but that skill is fading.
Wow. How cool. I'm so tempted to just not wake them up and just go. I'll do it. I'm doing it. No, I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it. The characters. Nah, I'm not. He wrestles with his demons. The devil and God are raging inside him right now. There's another musical reference for all you music fans. And he's... I guess...
You got this from Monica's, though.
Yeah, he gets... Oh, you just gave me a really fucking stupid idea, Max.
He starts playing with it. It's like,
Yeah, well...
if you do start doing the dueling banjos, I'm going out.
No, not dueling badges, but you did give me a fucking stupid idea the way, because I could just go, like, start gently playing the harmonica into the grate.
Well, are you gonna do that?
Oh, I don't know. All these things are so fun but so stupid. No. Right, let's say I go up to that grate and maybe I do play a couple of very quiet notes on the harmonica. If he hears music, he's gonna have to reply.
Quiet?
Quiet. A couple of quiet notes, yeah. Because he's scared. He doesn't want. He doesn't. He kind of.
I mean, there doesn't seem to be a change in the music as you do this. Again, it seems like it's drifting to you from very far away.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
maybe that just wasn't loud enough for someone to hear.
Yeah, but it's like he's doing it as a token gesture. It's like he can't hear music and not play music. Like he has to join in.
Sure.
But he doesn't want anyone to hear it because that would be because it's at the middle of the night and his friends are sleeping and the dog's sleeping, and it could bring God knows who down on the group. So he plays this couple of notes too quiet for even these guys to hear. I don't even wake them up. It's so quiet. It's almost just like a whistle in your breath, like, you know, when you're snoring sometimes and you get a whistle. You get one of those. Yeah. It's almost like one of those. It could be mistaken for somebody snoring high pitched, so it doesn't wake them up. But I do just play this couple of token notes back just because I heard music, and then I guess his sense of survival that he must have to be here for after 5 years, his will and instinct to live stops him just getting up and going and looking for the source of that music, and he's gonna wait it out, and it's gonna be the longest night of his life, I think.
So after you've made your minor little toots on your harmonica,
a wee fart,
and after about 20 more minutes or so, the music kind of continues, and like I said, you can almost begin to feel the sense of frustration as the player can't quite get the tune to play correctly. And after about 20 more minutes of listening to this, you hear a decided boom, as if a guitar had been smashed and the strings had snapped.
Oh shit.
That's nightmares.
Yes. Shit. Do I at this point wake somebody up? Yeah, I'm gonna have to. There's somebody out there, there's something out there. Right, I'll grab Jacob by the leg and I'll start. Yeah, we're gonna lose our sleep here, guys, but I think this could be a danger, so yeah, I'm gonna grab Jacob by the leg. Or Tim, whoever's closer.
Oh, it's up to you.
Who's closer? In fact, I know Tim's the hunter.
Yeah, you probably won't get Tim up.
So I'm gonna wake Tim up. Yeah, Tim's the eagle-eyed hunter. I'm gonna wake up Tim, gently shake his ankle again, I think. Tim.
I would say too, as you hear that kind of discordant note as the strings snap and it sounds like this guitar is being smashed, you see Fallout lift up his head and his ears go up,
Aye, he
and then
hears
he
it.
just kind of, yeah.
Aye, Tim. His legging, give his ankle a wee pull on his jeans or his trousers, give him a wee shake. Tim.
You're muted again.
Yeah, yeah. What is it?
There's someone in the building somewhere. Maybe in the building. I don't know. I heard him. So look, see this grate down here. This goes to like to cavities between walls or air conditioning or somewhere. I don't know. But I heard music, and I heard music playing for about 20 minutes, and it was a poor guitarist, someone playing an acoustic guitar poorly, and then all of a sudden it didn't just stop, like the guitar was clattered against the floor or something, and I fear that whoever that old man it was like someone with frail fingers, someone who was really struggling to play this guitar, and it sounded like a 90-year-old person playing a guitar, and someone's just came in and killed them, or there's something here, someone dangerous here now. Wake up. Gun ready. Do get up. We need to wake up Jacob.
Quiet.
So when he points at the register in the floor,
Mm-hmm.
it's very obvious to Tim that that's HVAC. It's underneath the floor, and that if he's hearing anything coming through it, you know that there's nothing in the apartments up above. You've been through them. So it would have to be something down below.
Yeah. I will pick up my axe and go and open the door into the hall and just check the what you put up against the door down into the basement. Make sure nothing's
Go
disturbed
back.
it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right. Go quietly back in, close the door again, and reassure Craig that whatever it is down there, it can't get out at the moment. Those struts we put in there, still solid. There may be something down there. May have killed somebody, but it can't get at us.
We just locked two people in together, and we've just locked two people in together, and one of them's just killed the other one. That's on us, isn't it?
Nope. That door was already locked and boards across it.
Yeah, but we helped
That's
seal
It's
it.
been there
We
for
helped seal it up.
years.
Someone. I mean, it was more.
Whatever's down there.
The sound of this
whatever's
guitar
da-
breaking, and I know the sound of a guitar inside out, Brian. It was more than a guitar being dropped. It was more violent than just it being dropped.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't
Like
just
it was
like
smash.
a clumsy, I'm 90, my fingers are really frail, shit, I've dropped this guitar. It wasn't like that. It wasn't just like a clatter.
No, it
it was
was-
more of a smash.
It was like somebody at a concert smashing a guitar.
Yeah.
You know that sound.
Listen to what Craig's telling me, and then say, look, if it was somebody who was kind of 90 years old and not able to play the guitar.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been, but also it
Hang
could have
on,
been
hang
somebody
on,
that was
hang on,
6
Craig.
years old.
Hang on, Craig. Hang on. If it was somebody who was 90 and not able to play because they were so old, you wouldn't have heard a smash like that. If it was somebody who was your age, but had some sort of disease, distorted bones, etc., so their muscles and things didn't work as they used to.
Oh, like a mutation. The guys told me something about some guy with a mutated leg.
Easy for them to smash a guitar, possibly.
What if it was a 6-year-old kid? What if it's a little kid that was playing that guitar really badly, and
Could
because of
you
something
have-
they heard, or the kid?
Well, you told me that it sounded like somebody who could play before, but wasn't able to anymore and was feeling frustrated.
Well, yeah.
If they
it's
were
more
able
like
to
that, I
play
think,
as a 6-year-old kid,
So yeah, that's a
then,
theory. I never even thought of that. I'm just thinking of what I was thinking of. Somebody's 90 years old, 100 years old, and they're struggling because they've got arthritic fingers. I never thought of the mutations. The mutations.
Anyway, look, we've all had a bad day. Let me get some more kip. We're leaving here tomorrow. You can leave this nightmare behind you. I mean, there may be other places in better condition. I mean, the Mall might have somewhere that sells instruments. Anyway, I'm busy reassuring Craig and calming him down to the point that I can get back to sleep.
So as you're talking to him, Craig, I will say, in a lull in the conversation, I imagine you're not raised voices right now. You're just kind of having a.
Oh no,
Jacob
I'm
is
trying to
still
keep it
sleeping.
down.
Yeah. So in a lull in the conversation, perhaps in an opening, as Craig is thinking about what you're saying, Craig can definitely hear it again because you've already heard it. It sounds like someone has maybe picked up another guitar and is again trying to play the same tune with the same difficulty. And if Craig points it out to Tim, he can hear it too.
Yeah, listen. Somebody's down there breaking all the fucking working guitars. I'm gonna immediately get up and go. Somebody's got guitars and they're breaking them. We have to go.
No, Craig. If somebody is down there and you saw the damage to that door.
I've got a rifle.
That's true.
Yeah.
And there's three of us.
Yeah.
And a dog.
And it's enclosed space and it's dark. And I'm tired out. Let's leave it till the morning, alright?
And then
Craig's tired out.
we leave it till the morning and there's no guitars left.
There's no guitars here either.
Someone's got guitars down there and they're breaking them. And the tears are pouring now. Come on, man, we need to go. Shit.
So after a
I will
time,
try and reassure them.
as you're trying to reassure him, after a time, the playing stops, but you don't hear another like smash, right?
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Right. So, once he's calmed down a bit, I'm going to try and get some more kip.
Okay.
Lead
Yeah, we
calm
won't call
down
that a
there.
big interruption. You're able to get back to sleep.
I'm not.
So
You're on watch. You're not supposed to be
Yeah, I
asleep.
couldn't sleep if I tried. I would have no chance.
So Craig doesn't hear after that second time. Craig doesn't hear any more playing for the rest of the evening. And as you can see, the sky is starting to lighten through the windows, and the fire is burned down to embers. I assume you're going to wake Jacob and
And
Tim as
Yeah,
you move into the morning shift.
I will wake them both up.
Like,
And after waking them up, I go back to just kind of sitting near that thing, listening. That great, just in case.
You don't hear anything.
it's like, oh no.
Right.
So,
you're awake.
It is
now.
morning shift. What do you do?
Well, I will ask Craig whether he heard anything more after I went to sleep,
No, they didn't. They didn't play again.
and I will explain to Jacob what Craig told me he heard, and the fact that something was playing an instrument down there.
Something was playing guitar down there, smashed a guitar, and then later was playing another guitar.
So I think Craig wants to
Rescue the guitars.
take down the door and go and rescue some guitars.
Will you help
I'll
me
look over
save
it.
these
Yeah.
guitars, Jacob? Will you help me save? Will you risk your life to help me save these guitars? That's what I'm asking you.
He
Given-
looks at Tim, and,
It's a
and
big
he
ask, I
basically,
know.
his face he's facing Tim to Tim, face to face, away from that you can't see, and he's kind of doing the motion. Is he crazy? He's like, no.
I understand it's a big ask. I understand it's a
All
big
right,
ask.
all right. Well,
And I understand
what
if you
if
say
we
no.
know it's here? Well, we can. What if we bring more people to help us? Because we don't know if it's just one down there.
Well, we've been warned about things down in the underground, and
It's
we
just a
don't know whether there's a
basement.
connection.
It's just a basement. It'll be a little old lady with a club arm. She's got a club for an arm. She can't play a guitar anymore. We go take one guitar from our. It'll be old Rick. It'll be Rick from
I
Stoner.
take Craig back out into the hallway, point at the door. This kind of partially broken boards. The kind of the fact that the door has got dents in it, or cracks in it from where it's been. Something's been trying to smash it open.
Listen, it'll
That's
be Rick.
not a little old lady.
No, it'll be Rick, and he'll be 90 years old, and this white guy with grey hair living in sunny South America, living it up, surfing and smoking loads of weed, and he's this little old, frail old little man. I know Rick that owns this shop. I know exactly what he's going to be like. Listen, I understand if you say no, but if you say no, I'm going myself.
And is that Rick's assistant who's down there smashing the door open?
Oh, boys. Don't
I'm
make
sorry,
me die
I don't
alone.
think there's enough of us to go into a confined space like that, and deal with whatever's down there. We do need more reinforcements. Charlemagne should know what to do. I mean, he's in overall charge. So what I'd suggest is that we go on and scout the farm hex, because he wants those seats, and then rather than going on and scouting the next hex, we go back, tell Charlemagne what we've found, and if nothing else, he can advise us to come back, and we'll bring more people back and go and investigate the basement.
But here's the thing, right? I've got a much better chance of convincing the two of you to help to risk your lives and go in and save some guitars than to go back to that wise old priest and then try and get him to. What are we need to send what the troops out for? Again, Craig, remind me, Craig, what are the troops for? You want to rescue some guitars? He's going to say yes to that.
No,
he's going to flat out say
you think
no.
there's a little 90-year-old club-footed lady down there who...
It's club-footed Rick with his club hand, smoking a bong, stoned out his box, can't even fight. Yeah, I'm not scared. It's fine. It's going to be fine. It'll be a nice guy. We just have to get one guitar. We can trade him some food for a guitar. He's got all these guitars.
Well, I'm sure if he's a nice guy, Charlemagne will want us to go down there to get him to join the group.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just go get him. There's no point going back to Charlemagne to ask his permission.
We'll do what Charlemagne asked, which is to go and check the farm.
Fuck Charlemagne.
We'll
Charlemagne's a fucking asshole.
Tim is shocked that you would talk about the leader of our group like that.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
I'm sorry. I don't mean it. He's just... I don't think he's gonna... I think he's just too wise and he's not gonna risk it, but... You're right.
Can you imagine,
Cheers.
though, speaking as Craig's inner voice, he's already heard one guitar get smashed. How many more guitars are down there?
Exactly. Like,
how long until there are none left?
Exactly. Oh, like, yeah.
Well, that's just one that's been smashed in 5 years. I mean, that's not a very high rate of attrition.
At this point, I think it's a case of, like, if you guys don't come and risk your lives with me now, I'm going to go do it alone.
I don't think so, Craig. It took a lot of effort to get those braces in to hold that door shut. It would take all three of us to kind of move them to get it open.
Oh no, Jacob can do it easy with his strength.
Yeah, it doesn't mean Jacob will.
Fuck you, Ryan. You're just making it worse.
No. You see, so is it about
just
morning
stir the
now, or are
pot
we still
here.
sleeping?
It is morning, yes.
It's morning. You guys are awake.
So, yeah.
You got to make a
Yeah,
decision.
you see Jacob starts packing up and he starts heading out. It's like, hey, let's head out, and he opens the door and starts heading that way. Let's go.
Craig, I will do my best to persuade Charlemagne that we come back and investigate the basement.
You're in charge, Tim. He says between deep breaths.
Okay.
Let's go get Charlemagne.
There we go. All right, so you're going to move into the next hex and begin scouting. Then?
Yep.
Okay.
I'd better add 2 TL1 scrap to my list, hadn't I? Because we're taking that with us.
Oh,
I assume you're going to.
Now, I hope I'm not overdoing it and making it like sanity points of Call of Cthulhu, but I feel like I should take another stress point, Brian. For the fact that I'm having to walk away from these guitars getting smashed, and we're not doing it.
You've already taken 3 this session. You don't need to take another one for that.
Okay.
Remember, stress is hard to recover from.
This is going to be hard to recover from. You're fucking bursting my balls here, like, over and over again with these instruments.
Okay, I take another stress if you want to. I won't stop you.
I'm doing it. I feel like I feel like that's how fucked up that he is over it. It's really, it is really it's really fucking him up. I think.
At least give yourself a mental save.
All right. Yeah. Good point. Good point. Let's take that off and then do a mental save first.
I will quietly tell Jacob that I'm trying to save Craig from the mental stress of killing whatever was smashing guitars down there.
Oh no, that's doable. It's like
right.
No, from what the story
it's hard, but
others told me, yeah.
In the meantime, Craig is losing his sanity faster than a Call of Cthulhu character at this point. He's absolutely hating life, like.
So it sucks, but you can handle it for now. They've told you that you're going to come back.
Yeah. I believe Timmy's a wise, keen-eyed.
Okay.
No, I said I would do my best to persuade Charlotte.
You did say you would do your best. That's true.
Yes.
You did, Tim, and I believe you will do a good job of that. Charlemagne's not such a... He's got a bit of a stick up his ass, like, but he's not so bad, I suppose.
Okay.
Again, I look shocked. He's a highly intelligent chap. Well, at least he's very charismatic.
Right. Unscouted hex. We're going to take 2 shifts to move into it and begin exploring. So I'll do 2 encounter checks. All right. So your first day, or at least your first 2 shifts of exploring this hex are, nothing to speak of. Again, you're kind of in a dense city center. You do discover this area right here that has, a lake.
We're still on the music store map.
I know you can press map at the top on your own, mate. There's a wee tab.
My apologies.
Yeah.
You can switch yourself over.
Oh, I really should move this thing if that's going to work better. Okay, we'll move.
That's a nice
I
feature
felt
of
bad for
Foundry
him
that
as
you can
soon
flick
as we
between
leave, you see a
different
big
maps
fire in
yourself
the
as a player.
distance, and it's like, oh god, it's on fire. Oh no.
So if we're all on the map now, as I said, you do find some green space or some open space at least, what may have once been a park and whatnot. But again, the idea was to scout the hex before you checked out the makeshift farm. So we're going to continue looking around. Do you want to stay in this hex for the evening, or do you want to go back to the music store and camp there?
No.
Just want to bust my balls some more, aye.
It will put more stress on Craig, so we'll find somewhere that we can rest up for the night here.
Okay, so in that case, why don't we have somebody who wants to make the survive check find a suitable campsite that you can begin to set up camp?
That's you, Timmy.
Probably, yeah. It's not a forage check, it's just to find a decent place to camp. Intelligence or wisdom, up to you.
Remember, you're muted.
Can one of the others assist on this?
Can we assist with this?
Yes, but you're only going to get +1.
Yeah, I mean, we help.
But you have to... So 13's nice. We'll let it stand because you would have gotten a 12 without that +1. In the future, though, if you're going to assist someone, you do still have to roll to successfully assist them.
Ah, right, sorry.
Just an automatic +1. No worries.
My apologies.
No worries.
That was a 12 anyway.
Nice.
Yeah, it would have been a 12 anyway, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, you find a decent place to set up camp. Following your general guidelines. Whoever wants to sleep currently and do the overnight shift.
I sleep. I've just not
someone
slept,
needs to.
so.
I mean, I don't know that Tim needs to hunt again.
I don't think I need to hunt because we still have 6 units of perishable.
Yeah.
So, are you going to overindulge again to try and get rid of some of that stress?
Yes. Yes.
Fair enough. So we'll use 3 up.
Okay.
Am I taking
That
that off my sheet, or are you taking it off yours?
I'm
Oh, he
taking
would take it off his.
taking the
Use
perishable off mine.
Okay.
Use the perishable first, yeah. But that does leave Tim or Jacob to do something else this shift if they want to. One of you has to watch the campsite, I would assume, but the other one, if you want to scavenge for scrap or non-perishable food.
That's +1 strain,
we don't-
minus
You
1
also
stress, isn't it?
Yeah, you also don't
minus one
have to
stress.
do it.
Yeah, it's -1 stress, +1 strain.
Yep.
I could scavenge or something.
Okay, well, why
I'm
don't
good.
you give me a
Do you-
survive check?
Do you want me to scavenge? Because I'm better at it than you are.
Oh, I
Yes,
mean, I didn't
yeah, go for it.
know. I mean, that's fine. I just didn't know if you
Well,
were doing something else.
Well, basically, we have somebody on watch on the first watch while somebody sleeps.
You take watch
And
while I
the
sleep.
other-
You're
the
looking
oth-
after me, Jacob, while I'm exhausted sleeping. I'm dead sleeping because I've been so emotional. All that stress I've just taken. I am like, as soon as my head touches a horizontal surface, I've just gone. So you can look after me.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll have one attempt to find some more food. Okay. Looking for non-perishable. Okay.
So the scavenging rather
Okay.
than hunting.
Yeah, so you're going to find 1d6 units of whatever you want. Do you want to find non-perishable food, or do you want to find some scrap that you could potentially use for something else?
Non-perishable, I think.
Okay, so roll a 1d6.
What kind of subscription do you have to pay to Foundry to get all your rolls like that, Dave? is that the bribe package? Is it?
Oh no, that's selling your soul.
Yeah,
Kinda deal.
I sold his soul to them. Yeah, he must have done something.
So, if I roll 2d6 and take the best one.
Yeah, you can do that. 2d6 KH. or
Hey,
just that way.
finally
Oh,
rolled
two.
a shit.
So I
there's the
get 2 non-perishable.
Yep.
It's better than nothing.
Oh yeah.
It's worst roll of the night. It's
Now-
still a success.
I should also ask, because we didn't clarify this, and I just want to know, okay, you've got a non-perishable on you, but I need to add another one. When you left the store, did you recover the TL3 scrap that you used to wire?
Oh, I did. I did.
Okay. So
And
you
I
need
had
to add
the
that
and
to
I
your
had the two TL1 scrap that were left over from the door.
Yeah, did you add those to your sheet?
I did.
No, I need to add that.
I got it. TL1. 2. Okay.
Thank you.
And did Jacob add the TL3?
Yep, I did.
Okay, cool. All right. Those are not stackable. So, yeah, let's do an encounter check for the evening. Oh, you're not exposed, but that's fine. Okay, so the evening passes uneventfully as you sleep in this small camp that you've been able to make in the ruins, leaving you... let's see, that's all day, so we'll advance to...
This is
Morning
going
of
into
the
day
23rd.
19 now. The 23rd, yeah.
Yeah. Guess I should be keeping track of days.
Day 19, I think.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so we're just going to continue scouting this hex today, is that correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ooh.
So yeah, you managed to very thoroughly look over this entire area and thankfully don't have any kind of encounters or anything like that might be a problem. Oh, do that. S for scouted. There we go.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't have to roll again. You can make camp in the same campsite you had from the previous evening. We will do an encounter check for the evening.
Ooh. Hazardous weather.
Oof.
So as you are setting in for the evening, a blizzard kicks up.
In that
Assuming,
case, no hunting and no scavenging. We're staying
Right.
put.
Hunkering.
but
Yeah, we have the food.
you'll also want to put on your winter clothing. Otherwise, you
That I
will
did.
not get a save
Mm,
against... I'm going to assume that you all have some winter clothing on you and that you put it on
Mhm.
Yep.
as the
Mine's
temperature
already
starts to drop. So let us get... Let's see, your camp is kind of out in the open. Yeah, so you're going to have to make saves per hour? Oh, per round! Whoa! Okay, so... No, you guys need to take cover, or you're going to be in trouble. So,
Right.
Yeah, I'd say we probably.
yeah, that's train per round for 3 hours. I mean,
For
to get
3
away from
hours,
that, yeah.
So you're going to have to abandon your camp. I
Yeah.
need a roll from... Let's do it like this.
Can Dave
Let me
roll
get
it?
a survive roll from Craig and Jacob first, and if
Okay.
either of you succeed, you'll give a +1 to Tim to find you suitable cover.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
big,
there's a 10
big
right there.
11 from Craigie on the survive.
Nice. So, Tim, you can go ahead and make your roll with a +1 using intelligence or wisdom to try to find some cover.
Yes, that's
Okay.
surely.
So, you all kind of hunt around for a bit. Why don't we have... You know the blizzard's kicking up. You're used to the weather in some ways. But why don't we get one of you, whoever you want, is going to roll a D10 for me.
Dave. Definitely it's you. Your rolls have been really lucky with the dice tonight. It has to be David.
You realise, of course, that I'll now roll high, and that'll be how many rounds we have to make saves for.
Uh-huh.
I fancy your chances better than mine, mate.
Yeah,
It's
you
high.
sure did. Okay.
9.
Oh,
So, it takes you all 9 rounds to find suitable cover. In the case of a manhole cover that's still a bit opened, you're gonna have to go down into the sewer to take shelter from this blizzard.
oh no, we were warned away from that.
You were. But you also don't want to be out in a blizzard for 3 hours of saves per round.
She just took our fucking
Yeah,
chances.
I'm
with
gonna
Rick.
carry the dog down because I'm the strongest. I'll carry the dog. Say, come on, bud.
Should have just took our chances with fucking Rick. I told you.
Okay, so
Oh shit.
as you all descend into the sewer, and you'll be able to set up your fire down here. But before we get to that, I do need 9 saves from
9.
everyone.
9 saves.
Oh, that's a lot, but we're gonna do it because them's the rules.
What
So
can it- what
physical
can I say?
saves,
Physical save. 9 of them.
9 physical saves.
This is brutal. Oh,
Well, do you want to do it?
Or
one,
we could do
each?
this. We could do 1 physical save, and if you fail, you take 9 strain.
no. I'd rather do the 9, I think. I'd rather
Well,
take.
why don't you do 9 for each person, and in order? Otherwise, if we all try doing
Yeah.
it together-
So
yeah.
We've all
we'll
got different-
it'll get
yeah.
confused. So let's start with Tim since you're on the top of my
Right,
screen.
you go first then.
So 9
Okay.
physical save. I'll count them off as I see them. 1, that's a
1.
success.
Yes, Dave. 2.
2,
A 2.
save. 3 save.
4. Oh,
4 say. Oh, 4 fail. 4 fail. 5 fail.
An 18.
6 fail. Wait, I lost count here.
No,
Is that 9?
We got.
So 1, 2, 3,
got-
4.
So they got 1 fail.
6, 7. 2 more.
Yeah,
No,
he's
I've
only-
got 3 fails.
Oh, is it?
1, 2, no, 2.
No, it's got 1.
Only 2
I've
fails.
got
Success,
3 fails.
success,
I'm looking at.
success, fail, success. It's only showing me 5 rolls. 3 successes. Sorry, 4
No,
successes and
what
1
I-
fail.
What I see on my screen is success, 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 fail, fail, success, fail. I need 2 more rolls. Fail. Fail. So Tim is going to take 5 points of strain
Ooh.
as you struggle against this blizzard to find a suitable place to take cover. Next is Max. Max, let's have Jacob's rolls. Give him a second to
Okay.
pop up.
Well, that's a 1.
That's a
Fail.
fail.
Start.
Ooh, that's a success. That's a fail. You know, it's 3.
Yes.
Success. Halfway through. Fail. That's 4 damage. Fail. That's 5. 1 more roll, I think. Fail. That's 6. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 more roll.
Yes.
Okay, so you take 6 strain. And let's do Craig. Craig's gonna have a hard time of it, I think.
Was it a physical save?
Yeah, these are physical saves. Ooh, fail.
Just came off the 19 as well. Yes.
Okay, success.
Yes. That should count
Success?
for 2. That's 2, 3.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Crit, who is supposed to? Like,
Nope.
oh, that was a 14. That was a 14 and it hit a 6.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a fail still, yeah.
I've lost count how many. I hope you're counting.
I've got him.
Yes.
Success. You're at 6 rolls, you need 3 more.
Oh, that makes it.
ooh,
Yes, that makes
yes.
it 14 to my number.
Good.
That's a fail.
Fail.
1 more. Is it?
1 more.
Come on, Oliver. No.
Fail. So you're gonna take 5 strain.
I strange shit.
But you get into the sewer, you get the manhole cover pulled back over, and you know there's a bit of a ledge or a lip big enough under this manhole cover for all of you to kind of set up a camp. However, the sewer does kind of extend both ways, and it's open. The good news is the channel in the middle that would be all like shit and stuff, it's
Yeah.
frozen.
Okay.
And it doesn't smell. So that's a plus.
That's a big plus,
It
yeah,
don't stink
actually.
forever.
If the shit's frozen and doesn't stink, that's a massive plus.
Right,
The minus is probably all the footprints on it.
Oh, my
right.
days.
So are you, and I suggest you do, because you need to camp down here, because this blizzard's going to last at least 3 hours.
Yeah.
Do you want to light a fire in the sewer?
No.
He's going to camp in the sewer in the dark?
Well, my
the
first thought is
freezing cold?
because I don't want to draw any. We've been warned about down here, and I don't want
You
to draw
have.
any attention to us. But Tim's in charge.
Well, what is... We've got Fallout with us. What is Fallout's reaction at the moment?
He seems calm. I
You see,
mean,
like the sewers, yeah.
he kind of shakes himself off and you know, is looking at the three of you, but he doesn't look agitated or anything.
Okay, well, what I'm going to suggest is that we just cuddle up together to keep warm, but have a torch ready to light if Fallout starts showing signs of agitation.
Yeah.
Okay, so no fire, body heat for warmth. You all, assuming you all stay in your winter clothes, that'll help.
Well,
Oh yeah.
winter clothes, sleeping bags wrapped around us to keep us warm.
Sure. Yep. Okay.
And
I love a good cuddle.
Okay. Well, in that case, then, I think we will end there on the overnight shift of the evening of the 23rd with our group sleeping in the sewers in the dark. They have successfully scouted this hex, though. Scouted a hex.
Well done, Brian. You broke a character's heart tonight, like.
Help with Blizzard.
I mean, I know you're
Yeah,
you're
that's
sitting
my
there.
goal.
You imagine it's like, oh,
I'm impressed, like, well done. Well, absolutely well done. It was beautiful. I'm proud of you. Fucking heartstrings are well and truly pulled, like.
2 days have passed, is that right?
Yeah,
2 days.
we were at the
I
end of the
think so, yeah.
23rd, so 2 full days have passed, yeah.
So the current is 19 days past. And I'll have to figure out camp supplies after I do some rolls, after I make up these tables. Nothing else really stands out. We've got some scrap. Okay. Cool. All right. So everybody gets 2 points of experience, right? 1 point for scouting a hex, 1 point for dealing with the blizzard. Oh, sorry, 3. 1 point for exploring a point of interest. So everybody gets 3 points of experience.
Sick.
I'm level 2.
Let's see what that does to me. Does that do anything to me? +3. 1, 2, 3. I'm level 3!
and I'm up to level 4.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So let's go from easiest to most complex then real quick, I guess. So we'll start with Jacob at level 2. Who should receive something. Is that when you get your next? Where's my rules? Here they are.
We've all leveled up. How cool. Excellent session. Excellent session. Loads of fun. Absolutely broke a character's heart tonight, Brian. I'm impressed. It was great.
Yeah.
I'm a masochist when it comes to being when I'm a GM. I'm a masochist. I think he did a beautiful number on Craig tonight. I'm proud
Okay,
of you.
so Jacob is going to receive a focus at level 2.
Yes. Nice.
And of course, we're going to need to roll hit points, which should not be affected by whatever focus you choose. So let's do that. Let's give me a 2d6 plus 2 roll. Because you have
Plus
a con
2?
of +1. Yeah, because your
nice.
constitution is 14.
Nice.
2d6
okay.
plus 2.
That's 8. Hey, that's a lot bigger
That's
than what I had
8.
before. I had
you
4
doubled
starting
your
out.
hit points.
Doubles it. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, you also have 4 skill points to spend since you're educated.
Mm-hmm.
And we get a focus.
Yeah, I gotta look at the focus to see which one.
So I'll let you do that. Let's jump over then to Craig, who is what, level 3?
Level 3 now.
So level 3, you're gonna get a 3rd edge.
Oh, get an edge.
Because you are heroic characters, so
Need to open up the book to look at them.
So unless you take hard to kill, your hit points are going to be easy.
Sorry, unless I take
Hard to kill.
instead of rolling 1d6 per level for your hit points, you roll 1d6 plus 2. I've got good hit points, so I rolled really well last level, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause I've
you
got 12.
did pretty well. You're at 12. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's the wisest use of one, because I might still get a crap roll and then it's a waste. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Well,
do we want to go ahead and roll your hit points then while you look
roll
at
the
the
hit
edges?
points then. Okay. So what am I rolling? 2d6.
No, you're third level now, so you'll be
3d6.
3d6. No bonus.
Oh, decent. Decent.
Look at that. You gained 2. 14
There
is
we
your current.
go.
Nice.
Is your maximum now. And since you had full health, your current will also go up to 14.
Where do I change my current? My
Current is left-hand side current is right-hand side under health and fitness. Your max is under attributes on the left-hand side.
attributes on the left-hand side. Where's
Under derived stats.
Oh yeah.
That's not me.
Yep. Okay, so that's up to 14.
And so your max is up to, or your current is up to 14. Okay, that brings us to Tim, who hits level 4. So at level 4, you get nothing.
Really?
That might be accurate actually.
Sorry, was it an edge or a
level-
focus I get? It's an edge. Right, we'll have a look.
Correct. So at level 4, you don't get a focus or an edge. You do have 3 additional hit points, and you do get to re-roll 3 additional skill points, and you do get to re-roll your hit points. So Tim has no con bonus. He is not hard to kill. No, he is not. So you're going to roll 4d6 to see what your new current hit point total is.
Let's do that.
Oh, that's an increase. You went from 12 to 16.
Nice, Dave.
That's a nice increase.
Mm-hmm.
And you're at full health, so you're gonna make sure your current hit points is also set to 16. Now, as far as skill points, remember, skill point costs are not 1 for 1. If you want to upgrade any of your skills, the first thing you have to keep in mind is that you can't go past a certain level. So, who is it? Jacob, that's level 2. The maximum level for any of your skills right now is 2. You can't, is 1. You can't go to 2 until you hit level 3. For Tim and Craig, since you are level 6 or below, you can go up to 2. And then as far as costs go, to buy a skill at 0 is 1 point, to buy it up to 1 is 2, to buy it up to 3 is... to buy it up to 1 is 2, and then 2 is 3, but you have to pay for each level.
So I have
You don't get to just go straight to rank 2.
I picked my edge. I took Veteran's Luck.
Okay.
And what you said, this is the skill points I've got now. I've got 3 to spend.
You have 3 to spend, yes.
Right, okay, so I want to take... What was it that I didn't have twice in that session? It wasn't fix, but it was only once we didn't have fix.
Notice?
Notice. I want to take notice, please.
So it'll be 1 to get it to rank 0.
How do I add it? From the journal somewhere? Skills.
Yeah, it should be over there. Let me grab it for you. So 0 is where you start for 1 skill point. And then if you want to increase it to +1, that'll cost you 2 more points.
Yes, please.
Okay, so that's going to cost you all your points. And you're now set to rank 1 notice.
That's went from being an untrained -1 to being a +1. I'm happy with that.
All right. Any questions from Tim or Max about what you're doing?
Oh no. Nope.
Well, I think I've currently got survive at level 1. So to take it up to level 2
Would cost
Would
3
be-
skill points.
Well, to be honest, I think that's worth it because
Because you're our main guy for that skill.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and that
Yeah,
would
I could-
that would leave it at rank nothing. It's just level 2. Is that right?
No, so you'll click on the little button there that says survive and increase your rank to +2.
Okay.
Hang on, I've got level, which is 1. Sorry, I've got level, which is showing 1, and then specialist is showing no.
You are not a specialist, but your level now should be 2.
Okay, so that costs me 3 points. Yes.
Yep. And I just moved all your points to points spent, so you should be good there.
Good. Okay.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Max,
I got some
points
questions
spent
about
on your
Jacob, or you
character, I
good?
think.
Oh yeah. So I can tell you what happened with me. I took alert, which is useful for us. One, I can't be surprised,
Uh-huh.
Nice.
and others can't use the execution attack on me. And
Nice.
when my group rolls initiative, we roll it twice and take the higher roll.
Dude, that's solid. I like that.
Useful.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
The veteran's luck basically means
And-
I've got 2 effects. I can make a miss. Any attack that I did that was a miss, I can make into a hit, and any attack that hit me, I can turn into a miss.
Did you just
Nice.
buy a bunch of skills at rank 0 with your skill points? That's what it looks
Oh,
like.
me? Yeah. Well, that one because it
Jacob
makes
is the
good
skill
sense because
monkey.
we have. Yeah, well, we don't have anyone that can fix. So I took the fix skill. I took stab because it helps me better fighting with the
Yeah.
weapon. And I took
Yeah,
I put a
it's
point
fine.
into wisdom, so just at least start getting it up.
Having those skills. Oh, I see. So
Oh, you did have one in
that
wisdom,
I
did you?
do want to keep track of separately. So you
Yeah, 'cause
added
you
a
can only
point
do that
to
5
wisdom.
times.
Oh yeah,
You only go up a stat with 5
I'm trying to at
times.
least get it to a +1. That's my
I
plan
never thought of
eventually.
that, actually,
Add
stats.
bonus.
I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Level up for everybody. That was good.
So yeah, I think that is it for today. Then next time we meet, if Brian joins us, we'll figure out how to get him involved. If not, then the 3 of you will wake up in the sewer in a newly scouted hex,
Fun
Yay.
times.
ready to head
Fun.
towards the makeshift farm, I assume.
Or run away from the other 2 and go chasing guitars. Go fight
So-
old Rick.
I thought about having something attack you in the sewers, but technically the blizzard was your overnight encounter roll. So
And you're saving it for next
there's
episode,
no
anyway.
actual encounter. So we'll see if there's one in the morning, then maybe that'll happen.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Excellent. That was
Okay.
Okay.
That was a really fun session, Brian. It's the music shop has been a highlight for me. That was fantastic. I loved that. You tortured me and it was great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian. Thanks, Max and Dave, for another great session. Dave, your rolls were tonight. That was some
yeah,
session
we-
for rolls
As,
for
as
you.
leader of the mission, I thought
You
we deserved to have
stepped
9 rounds of trying to.
You
resist
stepped up as
the
an
blizzard.
excellent leader. You done us proud tonight, mate. Thank you very
Oh yeah,
much
they
for
did an
that.
amazing job.
Another wonderful game session with you as always, boys. Thank you
And
very much.
at least I didn't have to knock Craig unconscious to stop him from going downstairs.
It was close. It was this close. It was
Yeah,
this
I was
close.
wondering what was going to happen there.
I can see that.
I was torn both ways. Like it was this close. It was this close. Thanks very much, gents. So I'll wrap us up. YouTube, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did. That was a lot of fun. I am RxOliver. This is the gang. This is Ashes Without Number. See you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.